Let's do
Hell
it.
yeah.
Hey, let's do this like Brutus.
Ties and light the fire, baby.
That's right. Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Toe Tags in the building. We got the squad. We got the team. We got the fucking hypeness up in there underneath me. We got the Cabs. What's going on, Cabs?
What's up, y'all? We a little late because the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer released like 5 minutes ago. Sorry about that. More on that possibly later on. I hope everybody's feeling good, feeling nice, ready for the holidays. Happy gobble gobble. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. That's it. It's 2022.
That's it. It's 2020 fucking 2. That's how we do this shit. That's how I do it. Yo, and then to the middle, we got Lay. What's going on, Lay?
Little preview for tonight. This one's for you, Morph.
Yes. 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 Iconic.
And then all the way to the right, we got Cap. What's going on, Cap?
Gene.
That's good. That was good.
Yo, my favorite part is when he does the Yuriko. Because Yuriko was, I felt like was more stable to him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
I also love that small little scene where they were skiing. The avalanche.
Yeah, yo,
No, the good one is sometimes the claw slips.
Yeah.
He was making fun of that Cajun dude. I was like,
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite episodes, by the way. You Cajun too stupid to check the box. We're not gonna tell you. Horrible, by the way. Horrible Cajun accent. I love it.
It was the 90s. It was acceptable.
Oh no, very acceptable. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yo, speaking of the 90s, Disney has hit us off with the original writers of the 90s X-Men animated series with a new X-Men 97.
Oh my God.
Bro,
Oh my God.
mind blown. The minute
That's
I heard that news.
The
That's
guy
a
who does
gift.
Logan's voice, to me, is a Kevin Conroy of Logan voices.
Oh yeah.
The guy that he's like, that is Wolverine, no
What do you
matter
mean,
what,
when-
and he's
when
coming
he
back.
had when he had the Australian accent?
No, not that guy. The guy from the one we're talking about now. That guy, he is the definitive Wolverine.
What about Steve Blum? He's been
he's
voicing
cool.
Wolverine since.
He's cool, but I mean, come on. You know their voice. You hear, you're like, that's the guy. That's my Wolverine. That's my Batman. Every time I read a comic, I read Kevin Conroy, the voice. I'm like,
Cameron Conroy is Batman. I don't care what
Is
anybody
it?
tells me.
Yeah. then Michael Keaton. So there's the order.
Oh yeah. But yo, guys, so it's a continuation of the original 90s X-Men animated series. And I'm sitting here like
So
I
what
just
does that mean?
I
What
don't
does that
I
mean?
don't know. That's what I wanted to ask y'all guys. Like, because didn't Professor X retire with his girl and like
Well-
Magneto took over?
Well, he got sick, and the Chargers can only treat him up in space with their technology. But the school kept running either way. The school never stopped running. He just left. So you could keep it going. You know what I mean? There's still a fight for the ignorance and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I hate
thought it was gonna be like not a redo or like a remaster, more like a remake. So I thought it was gonna be episode 1. We're gonna see them fighting the Sentinels. We're gonna see more for one episode. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was gonna be like just redrawn, but also retold. Not exactly the same. So, but then I heard that you see it on the thing. It says continue. Like, what does that mean? Cap, help me out, bro. What does that mean?
So the makers of the X-Men cartoon, they released 2 different books. They released a book that detailed the production behind it and how they came up with the stories and all the behind-the-scenes shit, and then another one about the art. And they've always said that Fox just ran out of money. Like they were trying to tell more stories, but Fox was just like they lowballed them with money so much that they ran them into the ground. So they have a plethora of stories that they wanted to tell.
Okay.
So this here could easily just be, it could pick up right after that and turn around like, oh, Professor X is good. You just have like a 4-episode arc about Professor X getting healthy and then pick up where they left off and tell all the stories they wanted to do.
So one of the main reasons, and X-Men is something that I've loved a lot, but as of late, there really isn't that much X-Men stuff going on. We've been waiting for it in the MCU, but I was thinking that like X-Men would again like a retelling. So one of the we didn't notice this shit as kids, like money running out. Like we just one day stopped seeing X-Men. We're like, what the hell happened? We're just seeing reruns. So another thing that was crazy, that first season was like all out of place. Like episode 6 is really supposed to be 1. That's why Morph just kind of gets 1 and acts. There was a lot of freaky mistakes and crazy production stuff. And that shit happens with like all the cartoons from back then. It's not just X-Men. So I kind of wanted a reshot, them essentially getting a redo to redo everything the correct way. Like, can you imagine the Phoenix Saga, like redrawn, retold? That shit is exciting. So as a continuation, bro, give me any 90s X-Men right now, new in any capacity, I'm going to take it. But I hope we get to see some callbacks. Like, I would love to see a little 2-3 episode arc. Let's redo Dark Phoenix. I think that shit would be ill, bro. This would be dope.
I think that shit would be dope also. And, redrawn, I would love to see the same drawings just updated. I don't want to see that X-Men Wolverine shit where everybody got them chicken ass legs and the big chest and all that other shit. No. Give me these buff motherfuckers, a sexy ass Rogue, a sexy ass Storm, and let's keep it funky. You feel me? Like it's supposed to be imagination.
If you guys are ever up to it, look at the Japanese animation of X-Men. It's pretty sick. It's weird. It's different, but like. They were doing some crazy shit to their animation. They look different. I'm not gonna say better. I'm not saying that, but they look really different, and they didn't look very anime-ish. It's kind of like a half anime, half what we've seen in X-Men. It looks pretty cool. I enjoyed it very much. I saw a few episodes.
Is that on Disney Plus or is that
negative? You could watch that on YouTube.
Right.
No, it's on Netflix because
the Japanese one.
Yeah. It should be in our queue right now.
Okay.
Oh, all right. I haven't touched Netflix in a while, so that makes sense.
Yeah, they haven't emailed you yet, and you're using it wrong.
Dumb motherfuckers, I was using it right. Because I'm using it from my dad. That I'm getting. Dad been holding down the Netflix for years, bro. Oh shit, cool. Yeah, definitely take a look, bro.
So you can see.
Yeah, bro, take a look. That shit is really interesting, man. Yeah, the animation is sick. The intro is out of control. It's like that straight anime Japanese rock and roll. It's sick, bro.
So there's 2 of them on Netflix. There's the actual X-Men one, and then there's one just Wolverine.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a Blade one too.
So he's going through like Japan and just doing Logan shit out there. That would be sick.
Know,
yeah, I would.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I would need to see that. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be crazy. So I started watching the new, the animated version on Disney Plus again. Cabs, what you was talking about when it's out of order? I didn't notice it because I felt like I didn't notice Beast wasn't in the first 17 episodes, and then he's in jail. I was like, no wonder he's in jail.
It's so bugged out, bro.
Yeah. It is, and they go through a lot. They go through a lot of shit fast because they did that Sentinel shit, and then like the 4th episode in, we're in the apocalypse. They show Archangel, then they show Days of Futures Past, and I'm like, the 2-part episode of Days of Future Past is better than the fucking movie. The cartoon is better than the fucking movie. Yo, dude. When he went back to the 90s, which was the current time in which we're watching the X-Men. Yeah. He didn't go to the 70s, 30 years after we already established that, all right, the mutants and the humans have coexisted. My man, it was like, we got to go back in time to go back in time.
The cartoons are always mostly going to be better, though. Like, I think we could all agree on that. But Days of Future Past was a good movie. Chill, respect. It was a good movie. I could argue Days of Future Past was a good movie. I'm ready to do it.
I mean,
not today.
First Class was better.
I can't agree.
Days of Futures Past had like the biggest plot hole. It was almost like if you didn't have to go back in time, like in 2007, you gotta go back in time to stop something that happened in 1970, but you gotta do it in 2051. It's like, what?
Plot holes aside, that was a good flick.
I get it. I get it.
But I didn't like. I like First Class. I don't want to get too into it. We're talking about, we're respecting X-Men today, but I thought it was a good movie. First Class was a little weird. I don't like how he got to his injury. Professor X, I thought that was a little weird. But,
yeah.
I mean, there's always nitpicky shit that I'm always gonna do. But regardless of that, back to X-Men. Did you want to say something? Or did you want to say something else?
No. I just want to say this. It's about the cartoon. Lay, I'm gonna let you talk. But I just want to say this one comment. I believe that X-Men 97, this new series, is a reminder to the public that the X-Men has not yet had a movie, and when Marvel does it, that'll be the first ever X-Men movie we get to watch.
You're gonna retcon all the other X-Men shit before?
They don't exist, bro. You remember that the Fox TV show about those mutants? There was the Mutant X. That was the first attempt of X-Men, and that shit was better than what the fuck they gave us.
Yo, I like that movie. As a kid, I liked that movie.
Yeah, but all right. So go ahead.
So the original X-Men. I'm sorry. So X-Men 1, 2, 3. I was not a fan of most of those. I really wasn't. I did enjoy seeing Frazier. I forget his name. Goddamn, what's his name? I was
Chelsea Grammer.
Chelsea Grammer. I always loved seeing Chelsea Grammer as Beast, though. I thought that was really funny. But man, those movies needed some freaking work, big time.
Word. You got a man with 3 samurai swords on each hand, and he ain't killed nobody.
Juggernaut. Oh my god! But go ahead, Lay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lay.
Yeah, no. I honestly, that was probably the most surprising thing about their announcements. I was like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. Because if on the DC side, we're getting the kind of like Batman the Animated Series, the same team coming back to do everything.
Oh,
it was kind of like, so it's literally their answer to that, because they pretty much ran concurrently to each other. Like they ran at the same time. So
yep.
I'm just happy that the voice cast is back. You know what I mean? Especially Wolverine, because my favorite character. So I was like,
I heard that there were some people who did the voices that have passed on. So I don't know who in particular, but I heard some of them did. Like, who would we get? I don't know if we got to find out who passed, but
yeah.
Cap was asking me before, is like, do you get the new guy to do Wolverine or the old guy to do Wolverine?
I say the old guy. I pretty much stated that in the beginning is he should be the OG, because that's the voice I know, not the Australian one, not him.
Not the Australian guy.
That was horrendous.
Yeah.
The guy with the raspy voice, that guy. Bring that guy back.
What do you call it? The original X-Men cartoon, when Wolverine was Australian.
Yeah.
That cartoon is also fucking good.
It's gruesome.
That's the one that had Dazzler and all that shit.
Yeah, that they weren't afraid to use Colossus. He's not just in one episode. My family, you have to save my family.
There was a lot of bad shit. Like, I look at a lot of these like old school cartoons and like seeing animations and shit. Like, and to me, like I want to stay nostalgic and yeah. At the end of the day, this is pretty much a surprise, and I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that this is like Marvel overload, because I mean, man, Marvel has a lot of shit happening right now. So to me, this was kind of like a gift that I didn't even like see coming. Yep,
absolutely.
Put. I mean, if you can't, like, don't kill yourself for these voice actors. Like, if you're gonna give us good story, good animation, good drawings, then whatever, maybe get some whatever voice actors. Like, don't kill yourself for the voice actors. I'd rather you put more focus into the actual thing itself. But that being said, man, that OG Logan voice is just good. The raspy. Sometimes a claw slip is really good. He said that's a Cyclops, right? Or would he say that like a bad guy?
It was to a Cajun, like one of the assassins.
Is that when they were in the swamp?
Teams. Huh?
That was when they were in the swamp trying to get Gambit back?
It's when they're trying to get Gambit back. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I just want to say, to anybody who's listening to this thinking that Disney is gonna somehow ruin this or something, because I've already seen some of the things on YouTube that Disney's about to kill our childhood and all that bullshit. 7 years after the Clone Wars, Disney came out, acquired the rights to it, and did the final 7th season. That is some of the most amazing storytelling in animation. They know what they're doing. They got the original people. It's gonna be good. We're fine. Nobody's ruining anybody's childhood.
And also,
like, I hate that. I hate that comment of ruining my childhood. Like when they remake stuff, you still got the original shit there.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that happens a lot with like video games and shit. Like Resident Evil 2 remake. Resident Evil 2 remake was actually pretty good. Resident Evil 3 remake was a little but it's like, bro, you still got the original. Your childhood is fine.
Oh no, I'm gonna go and personally delete so when the X-Men comes out, whoever says it ruined my childhood, I'm gonna go personally delete the original one from their fucking service.
Yeah, see, like, come on, man. It's fine, man. People just get too upset nowadays. Like, I get it. These properties mean the world. Like, if you were to but like Batman the Animated Series is like my definitive #1 cartoon as a kid, and it's neck and neck with X-Men. I feel like I've said it before. I was attached more to Batman, but like, if they were to redo Batman, the animated series, and it'd be trash, that's fine. I have the regular one right there. It's cool. Thank you. I appreciate the attempt. Didn't work out, guys. Maybe we can revisit in 10 years. But for now, like, got the original there.
for real. And also, the only way they would ruin our childhood is if they come up with only 8 episodes. There has to be like 25 episodes in this shit.
So that's what I was gonna ask. So we're gonna do multiple seasons here? Like, how long is the season gonna be? Are they going to be like 23-minute episodes, like 30 without commercials? Like, you feel me?
Yo, I'm down for the long haul, bro. Let's make 15 seasons, 30 episodes each, 23 minutes each episode. I'm down. Let's get the cursing in there for the Disney Plus niggas. And let's really episode 3, Cyclops versus Wolverine. They fight it out, bro. Let's get this shit popping. Fight not to the death. But let's fight. Yeah,
you want violence. You want violence.
Yes, straight off because in the first episode that the Juggernaut comes in, Storm uses a hurricane to lift up a building and throws it on him. And Jubilee's like, "You killed him!" And they're like, "There's no way known to man to kill the Juggernaut." And my man breaks the building and just keeps walking. Like, that tickled. So throw a fucking building on Wolverine. Let's keep this shit going. 90s wasn't some soft motherfuckers. This shit better not be soft.
You know what's the crazy thing about a Wolverine and Cyclops like match? Like, I think Wolverine will like rip him to shreds. Like they can't fight. It'll be like unfair. Like, what are you gonna do? I mean, maybe Cyclops. I know Cyclops gets certain levels where he doesn't have like a rage factor, but he does get really upset sometimes, and he's just blasting that shit everywhere. But like, I think Wolverine will have that.
Yeah. No, Cyclops definitely gets miffed every now and again.
Yeah, he gets a little, especially when Jean's involved. But then you got Wolverine. Jean's involved too. It's crazy. But so I remember, like, you could tell that show, there was some shit that they tried to like mask because, bro, Morph dies. They're like off rip, right? In the first episode, Morph is gone.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if we had seen shit like that at the time, but I'm with you, son. Just fucking throw the gauntlet down, bro. Just let it fly.
Yep.
And if this is successful, people are gonna want more, 100%.
Oh yeah.
So maybe keep it rolling, a few seasons, maybe. But I'm down. Let's see fucking rated R X-Men.
Yeah, because
I'm fucking with that.
Because I'm tired of seeing Wolverine fucking jump at people and land on their neck and not stab them in the face. Like,
for real. We saw that in Logan, though. We did,
yeah. But like, there was a lot of times, like, my man got metal claws and he ain't even throw a punch at nobody.
Yeah.
You asking way too much for the Mickey Mouse crowd.
Nah, man. For real. You killed the old man and Up. You killed his fucking wife. You killed Bambi. Wolverine could be gangster. Fuck
Hold
that.
on. That is not the same thing as bodily mutilation.
It is to me. It's fucking it's emotional mutilation.
No, but people die of natural causes and what happened to her. Like, that thing actually happens in the world. Nobody out here is getting ripped to shreds
Yo,
by
first
a man
of-
with fucking
Animanium is a natural element. So if he kills people with that shit, then it natural causes. You cause him to naturally stab you in the fucking face with a claw.
I mean, if it works if you could justify it like that, just throw a pitch to Disney. You got all the people on your short list. You be on Twitter telling people, "Yo, come through. Here's my ideas." Let you fucking create that show.
I would.
So okay. Give me the premise to the first episode. I don't want to put you on the spot.
All right.
Give me a premise because you just watched the shows recently, right?
Well, I've got through the first season and I started watching the second season. I haven't got to the ending yet.
So you fresh.
Yeah, I'm fresh in the beginning.
How would a first episode go for you in this new 97 remake continuation shit?
Shit, man. Fuck. All right.
Okay, I'll help you out. Do we start with like a flashback to like Professor X and him being alive and the things that they're doing, or do we start off with Professor X just back, no explanation, he's just there? We start fresh off there.
No. We start off with Magneto. Magneto leading the X-Men. We start off with Magneto leading the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it ended. We start off with that. We have to. You know what I'm saying?
Now you rolling.
Now we can go into where there was straight off the bat, Magneto's old people, Sabretooth, like fucking all his
Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood. They'll come in and they'll invade the mansion.
You gone soft, Magneto.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to us being the supreme, species? Because that's what Magneto wanted. And
there it is.
Yeah, and then we just go into that shit. And Magneto now has that moral, like, do I do what, Professor X asked me to do and, lead the X-Men? Or do I, go off of my purpose?
Does he turn on the Brotherhood, or does he turn on them, or does he stay with the X-Men?
He turns. I mean, he turns on the X-Men. He has the turn on the X-Men
and goes back to the Brotherhood. Yeah. And now we have our conflict for the rest of the season.
Yep. Now we have the conflict because in the beginning you hear Scott Summers and Magneto throwing a little tiff like, "Yo, it doesn't matter if these guys are human or not. We have to protect them." And he's like, "No, that's fuck all that bullshit. I'm here to protect mutants." And he's here for the mutants, but Scott's like, "Yo, that's not what Professor X wanted. I'm not Professor X." And then Wolverine comes in. Nice. I mean, Sabretooth comes in, fucks up Wolverine like every day. It could be Wolverine's birthday because I know that they do that in the comics. And they took a lot of shit from the comics. So Sabretooth comes in, boom, fucks up Wolverine on his birthday. You see him walking past Beast on what's good, nigga. And then he sees Magneto. He sees Magneto walking around like, "Yo, what the fuck Magneto doing here?" And then boom, he hears the argument. It's like, "Oh, you guys soft." And then he goes to fuck up Scott. And then there's a big rumble in the Bronx. They destroy the mansion. Magneto goes his own way, and Professor X comes down, healed up. Like, what the fuck happened to my shit? And then boom. Then hold up. And then boom.
You see, you just gave us the whole first season in 5 minutes. Let it ride.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah.
So
fuck them.
It's funny because imagine, like, I could see like Logan. They're all in the room. And Magneto goes back like, "This motherfucker's bad again." He has to clear it because Magneto's gonna go straight for the adamantium first. That's the first thing he's gonna do. Think, man, this book it. Word. Although Wolverine will never back down from a fight.
Are we all giving our pitches?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah. You got one, Cap?
Of course I do. I'm a storyteller. I got.
Go for it. I'm hyped.
So, first thing we do is we start off previously on X-Men.
Yes.
And you do a little recap for everybody who hasn't seen. Then we start off with Xavier up on the ship, healing up. First couple episodes, we don't even deal with what's going down on Earth. It's all just him healing up, thinking everything's fine. Come back down. It's a little bit of what twtich said, where the Brotherhood is starting to come back. Magneto's having a change of heart. When Professor X comes back down, he and Magneto have a conversation. Because as they're watching the X-Men and the Brotherhood fight, they both come to the realization something is wrong. So what each person believes in is not coming to fruition the way they thought. So they have a meeting of the minds. They come together, and I'd say from 2/3 to the rest of the first season, it's the fucking Onslaught storyline.
Ooh, nice.
Rex and Magneto band together. They make Onslaught, and now they got to deal with that shit for the first season.
That big old fucking robot thingy, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I think that I think Onslaught came out in a few of the games too.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty sick. So it's just you guys want pressure from the beginning.
That's how it started.
Me, yeah. No, the original X-Men was pressure immediately.
Yep.
The fucking you see Sentinels within the first 5 minutes. It's pressure immediately.
Word.
Oh yeah.
I would do something a little bit more. So, and me, this is just me going all out. I don't know about I'm still a little confused as to what they mean by continuation. So I would try to start something completely new. I would like to do it a little bit more like, again, just spitballing here. Maybe a little bit more like a diplomatic approach or like a political approach. I would like to start it off from the Cure. Like the Cure's out there. There's people lining up around the block with the Cure. And it kind of makes sense with what's going on in the world nowadays, you know what I mean? So start off with the Cure. The Cure's right there. People lining up around the block to get this Cure, blah, 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 blah. Then we have somebody infiltrate, I don't know, could be whoever. Somebody infiltrates, starts putting not exactly the Cure in these vials. So what's happening is they're putting something in there that kind of not angers the mutant gene inside. So now you got big, crazy, just Wolverine Weapon X type motherfuckers running around, just slicing everything, and boom, here come the X-Men to start saving people. That's what I would like to see.
Okay.
If I'm just spitballing a little story right there, right quick. There was the Cure is mentioned in the cartoons, right?
Well, there was an episode where Apocalypse said that he had a cure in the island and Rogue went to do it.
And Rogue went to go get it.
Yeah, but she backed out and then Angel went and got it, and Apocalypse turned into Archangel Death in the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Correct. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't crazy. What you got left?
Oh wow, that was a good one. Those are good ones. I was thinking we follow Logan.
Oh boy!
Right after World War II, like he's freshly just saying goodbye to Cap, right? And he happens to run into Apocalypse, but he doesn't even know who he is because he shapeshifts, and he smells him. He goes, "That smells different."
Yeah,
but he doesn't think big of it, right? Fast forward, same deal. He's literally walking with Jubilee, and he goes, "Smell again." Remember, it's been years, but the man knows the smell a mile away. He goes, and then Apocalypse literally in the middle of Times Square pops off, like it's going on. And it's Jubilee and Logan first, and everybody else comes, and we start the season right there. Come in, shoot, guns are blazing right away, son.
Most of us are starting off hot. We're starting off hot, all of us.
And
you have to.
First episode drama. Yeah.
It's continuously them going down the road of figuring out Apocalypse's origin and how to destroy him. The first season, and then the end of that season will lead into Sinister kidnapping Scott and Jean, going that way.
Oh yeah.
Somebody clip this, and if any one of us gets it right, we'll talk about some prizes and rewards.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yo, and I didn't know that Wolverine's scent is so powerful he can smell light, like the light radiation. Well, in the comic books, they're going down this tunnel, and he tells one of the other men, he's like, "Stop! There's sensors here," and he goes, "You can see the sensors?" He goes, "No, I can smell them." That his sense of smell is so strong that he can smell the infrared or whatever the fuck.
Lasers.
Yeah.
I don't think he was actually smelling the laser itself, but he was probably smelling something to do with the effect of the laser pinging off of some other shit.
And hitting particles.
Yeah.
Either that or some, depending on how strong the laser is, it might actually ionize the air around it. So he might be smelling that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they did they explained a lot of the characters' abilities. You know, like Omega Red in his episode, he mentions his armor is a certain metal, serranium or something. Carbonadium. He mentions that. And like Colossus, he gets bigger when he turns into the steel and shit. And they're like, "Yo, why don't you join us?" And he's like, "Nah, man, I gotta go do my own thing." And Sabretooth is like, I know him. He can heal, but is not as powerful as Wolverine. Wolverine gets knocked out. You know, like they pull a lot from the comics. So if you never read a comic book from the X-Men and you saw the TV show, you know enough to hold yourself, you know, in a conversation.
Absolutely.
So they got to keep that factor in there. They have to keep that factor in there.
If they can focus on some low-level characters that they didn't before, who would you guys like to see a focus on?
Okay. Low-level character.
Just, you know, not low level, but not.
No, but I know this is probably something that doesn't get the spotlight like everybody else usually does.
You know, this guy is an original member of the team, and I don't even think he was in any of the seasons, if at all. Iceman.
Oh yeah.
He was an X Factor.
Yeah.
Like when they made X Factor, he was with them. Yeah. I would honestly like to see Warpath.
Ooh, yes.
Original.
Because, you know, Warpath is two things. He superhuman strength, ability, agility, and he has two adamantium, two vibranium daggers.
Yep. Depending on which one you choose.
Yeah.
The younger brother also has the same bone density as a bird, and
he
can fly.
Yeah.
I would like to see Maverick.
I believe Thunderbolt is the first one. Warpath is the younger brother. So that's what I'm talking about. You said Maverick is good. I like Maverick.
I know they show her a lot, but I would like to see maybe. I mean, you know, we can't just keep asking for arcs from everybody. But I'm a huge, you know, Psylocke fan. I would like to see more Psylocke. Her little energy shit with the katana. Just give me Katana's a badass assassin. I'm with it, bro.
For real.
Gamora, Psylocke, you put any blades on anybody with psychic powers, and I'm really done to see that. I thought she was always interesting in the video games. You know, what they did to her in the movie. Olivia Munn. God. Olivia Munn, you made your acting career, and I get it, and you're a cool person, and you know you want to save the planet. I hear you, but that Psylocke it wasn't your fault. You were just reading lines. But man, I would like to see some Psylocke action. I have a bias against, you know, certain people. You know, give me more like, I mean, they did a good number of focusing on other people in that show. I think they did, but you know, maybe some like just more focused stuff, like what Les said. And I know we said low-level characters, but like what Les said about like Logan, just like a 1 or 2 episodes with a particular person and what they did and how they came to be and all of that. So I think that shit would be real interesting.
Cap.
I was gonna say, you know who else would be cool that he doesn't get any shine, at least in this version. He's a little bit more in later on cartoon series, but Forge.
He was in the cartoon where the Days of Futures Past. He's the one who got the time machine to work for Bishop.
With Bishop.
Yeah.
But that was when he was kind of like, I got nothing to do with anything. And he helped out because of, but he had nothing to do with shit.
Yeah, they only had that one episode, that one scene with him in it. But
I just think somebody with his ability to just manipulate technology like that'd be cool to get a couple episodes delve into that.
I would love to see another character like Morph. One that's not really in the comics, but one that is the heart. Oh, like a Harley Quinn. One that's made for the cartoon and that people can
just stuck around.
Yeah, it's almost like this is the character that you would be if you was an X-Men.
Yeah.
Like
from their point of view.
Yeah. Like how Jubilee kind of was like that. She's the one who introduced us all to the X-Men.
That's why I love Jubilee, bro. She was like the closest. And bro, Jubilee could get up to some pretty high shit. Like I know, her little powers or whatever. Jubilee could be pretty powerful if she wants to be.
Oh yeah.
She took some graffiti off the wall once. That was pretty
cool. Man. She could be pretty powerful when she wants to be, man. There's stuff laying in there. It's dormant.
Oh yeah.
I've always loved Jubilee, that yellow jacket.
So here's a question for y'all. And I don't have the answer, but I want to hear from you guys. Do you introduce Cap coming out of the ice and now he's in this world, Iron Man? Like, do you introduce the other Marvel characters from like the MCU, or just leave it X-Men?
I would have them cross paths, but I wouldn't make it like a thing. Like, it's the X-Men. Right at this point, the Avengers have had their play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On like next level play. Dude, the X-Men can have their thing now.
But I mean, like, would you have them go up against like Doctor Doom, or like have their thing in one of the episodes?
So I would love to see it. The problem is that the world, and again, this cartoon is clearly for a specific audience, but we live in a post nerd world where the average person is Googling who is Blade, you know what I'm saying? Who is Dane? Who's the Black Knight? Who is Star Fox? Like, coming from these movies, from these MCU movies. So, Cap, Iron Man, these people all have a face now and a voice, to the point where, when that Marvel Avengers game came out, they kind of did their own look. People were pissed. People were like, what the fuck is this? And it's just people being stupid. But the power of stupid people is a little scary. So everyone has like this. Everybody has like this look. Everybody has this look and feel to these big characters now. Like, if you bring them up in any smaller or less capacity than what people are used to on the big screen, might cause problems. Won't cause problems for like, people like us who live this shit, who lived it before. But it might bring in some shit. Now, if they could do like a little cross path situation, hey, what's up? Just a little. It doesn't have to be too much. Don't dwell on it, maybe, but it would scare me to see.
Keep it like in the original, but like in a flashback, they're like, "Oh, that was him in the corner."
Yeah, they did that a lot.
Like they showed Morph, the episode you were watching when I walked in the other day, how he changed into Deadpool for like 2 seconds as he was trying to haunt Logan. You can just do little shit like that.
Like, don't focus on episode like when Spider-Man. Like, I started watching the old Spider-Man not too long ago too, and by like episode 4, they were like he was already sneaking into the X-Men base when he was turning into Man Spider. Like, he needed to go talk to Professor X. Like, yo, I'm about to be a mutant. How do you rewind this? Professor, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, there was X-Men the entire episode. I don't think you can do that. I don't think it'll be a good look. Maybe you could bring in some new people that we haven't seen. Maybe you can use this as a catalyst for some people coming out, maybe that we haven't seen. Maybe you can find some crazy ways to like put them in there. I don't know what really comes to mind, but
you know what you could do? You could do like they're not doing anything with Ghost Rider right now. So throw Ghost Rider in. They
had Ghost Rider in the cartoon when Professor X went in Gambit's mind. They flashed Ghost Rider. Like Gambit knew Ghost Rider.
There's so much, bro. They did so much shit in that show that we just weren't ready for.
Another thing that I was like, yo, this is like either foreshadowing or someone watched this shit. But Jubilee asks Beast, goes like, what made us mutants? And Beast was like, "Oh, I don't know. It could be a number of things like pollution, radiation, gamma." He's like, he actually said, he's like, gamma radiation could be the cause, diet, whatever. Then you hear that the Infinity Stones were mostly gamma, and it was like 7 snaps. That phases throughout the world. That could be how they explain mutants. All that gamma radiation, sparked the mutant gene.
And a lot of people have like tampered with, gamma and shit like that before. It's just, Bruce is like, and I know they've hinted at it before. I think they said in the MCU a few times, they go, "You are the gamma expert," but other people have tried it. There's been a lot of like failed super soldier experiments too that could fuck around and do that. But I think that would be dope if like the snap sent waves out and like it brought out that dormant mutant gene in people, which would be sick if they could transfer that to the MCU somehow. Yeah. That sounds sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige is already like on top of that.
Yeah,
he's dipping. Yeah, he got his eyes wide open, like, yo, we're kind of running out of stuff here because it's like there's so much happening in Marvel right now. I don't think I'm gonna get Marvel fatigue anytime soon. I don't think so. In fact, all I watch, and I only exclusively go to the theaters now for comic book shit. Like, unless there's like some new funny hotness coming. I wanted to watch Dune in the theaters, but I had it here on HBO Max. So I was like, fuck it.
You were better off watching it at home. My opinion, Dune. It was too long. You'd have went in on Saturday night, came out Tuesday morning.
Yo, I'm telling you, we went to go see Eternals at 1:40. When we came out and we were done, it was 5:00. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yo, bro, that took the whole day
gone.
Not to bring in DC on this, I was watching a discussion yesterday, and a very controversial tweet has made its round through the interwebs, which is funny because we called that shit way before. Well, we didn't say it, but we said something to the effect. Somebody was like, Zack Snyder should have directed Eternals. I say, yo, that's fucked up. It can't happen. I get it.
Yeah.
It can't happen.
I'm telling you right now, if Marvel comes out and says Zack Snyder's
Eternals 2?
No, if Zack Snyder's directing anything, I'm gonna sit that one out.
Yeah, fuck that.
So no, same. But if there is gonna be a movie where Zack Snyder could get a shot, it would be Eternal. I mean, look, that's Superman. It's Superman,
For Zack Snyder's tone, for the way he likes to go dark and the way he likes to go gritty and all that,
he'd be
the only character that I might be all right with him taking a shot at is Ghost Rider.
I was singing that. I was thinking that came out your mouth.
Like if you get Norman Reedus to play Ghost Rider.
Who's Norman Reedus?
Pretty much Ghost Rider in The Walking Dead. So
he was who?
I mean, he's pretty much Ghost Rider in The Walking Dead.
Okay, all right, I got you.
I mean, once he said the name, I was like, "That's him."
That actually goes insane, Cap. That would be beautiful.
I'd be with that.
I would totally be with it.
But I tell you this much: either he does that, or you give him, like I've always said, you give him the Marvel Knights, like ground level, gritty, grimy fighters. You know what I mean?
What about a Punisher?
Well, you know what it is, man. With him, he's a great guy in Supernatural.
Okay.
You want somebody like the Punisher? You're gonna have somebody that's more action, but very action based. You know what I mean? It has to be like kind of like the Raid.
Okay, yeah.
You gotta make him like super like cosmic type of shit because
absolutely
Zack Snyder is always looking to the God complex. He loves how many shots of Superman we don't see. Like it's the whole God thing where it's like, do I save these fuckers or do I? Take, which is kind of what the Eternals were doing. Like,
so how about,
do I save the world? Do I blow it up? So,
how about him doing an X-Men movie?
He would be better for something like once they go into space, like the kind of like a Phoenix Saga kind of thing.
Okay.
Because he is not good with dealing with like people. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
all of that interaction with people.
This shit is like cosmic
like
beings.
Cap said perfectly. It has to be like a God grand scale kind of thing for Snyder.
Yeah,
Snyder
Bible
can't be small.
references.
He cannot be
biblical,
at all.
He needs some, like, if there's religion, like Zack Snyder could do a Constantine or maybe some shit like that, or there needs to be gods and demons and the underlining religious tones for a Zack Snyder flick.
Yeah,
but I'm sorry to
No.
It's just a stupid tweet that I saw.
He definitely needs like a larger than life character.
But we said it though. We said Eternals is the best DC movie you're gonna watch. Like, I remember you said that.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah,
because the first thing I
best
said, it was
Justice
like,
League
did
movie.
Anybody get DC vibes? This is a DC movie. Yeah.
Yo, right away, I was like that. So Justice League, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We got the Flash. We got the Flash we were asking for.
Yeah, he doesn't run like this.
Yeah, in slow motion.
Yo,
Fastest man alive is in slow motion. 90% of the movie.
You know what's funny? It shouldn't bother me, but because I've seen the Flash so much, like in cartoons, and even the show in the '90s, I'm like, he had a form, bro, like a track star.
Even in this show, the new one, he has his little.
Yo,
yeah, but I'm just like
his hand flail.
Finally,
like, why are you flicking your hands? What's wrong with your wrist?
With Makari, finally we got a speedster that used her speed as a weapon.
Yes. Absolutely.
Power.
I'm not talking about like throwing bullshit lightning out of nowhere.
No,
just run up and shoulder check.
Yeah, man.
And
she was like Darby Allin out there just throwing them shoulder things hard.
The fact that it wasn't in slow motion, you can feel the hits. Like when she hit something, I just said boom. I was like, oh yeah, she was.
With the first one she hit Icarus, you saw him go, oh. He was like, oh, it's on. We're doing this.
Yo, the director was saying how they at one point she was thinking about maybe slow motion, but then she said that she was actually like the Zack Snyder Justice League shit. She was actually a little bit of a fan of. And she said we've seen slow motion used for almost every speedster on film. She's like, why don't we've never seen them just run. Just run and do your thing. We know you're fast. We don't need to slow it down. Just do it. And so she went with that direction, which I think was probably the best direction for a speedster.
For real.
Let Sonic run.
Shit.
Yeah, and he's got to get them rings from Jared.
Yo, so how do you guys feel? This is me like poking the bear. But how would you guys feel if they had one episode or a saga where they met the Eternals? The X-Men.
I mean, the X-Men get pretty cosmic at times. If we're up then during the Phoenix saga again, or we're tampering with space and all those dudes up there, the Eternals. Look, the Eternals are here to stay. I think they're gonna get another movie for sure. What is that movie gonna be about? I don't know.
The Living Tribunal.
We know that. I don't know, but I mean, getting to there, right? Like getting up there to that point. But I don't know, man. At this point, I think I'll be happy with anything that show gives me. I think it's just a treat. It'll be, when is it release?
2023.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
A lifetime. I mean, well, look, we're
how great would it be to get a December release of this new X-Men show? It's Christmassy. You got that cold breeze coming from outside. I will get a little sauna and cover myself. I got the lights from the fucking Christmas tree. Like, I think it's just going to be a treat regardless, man. I think whatever they do now, can they potentially put people in there to fuck shit up? Yeah, 100. But the X-Men always get pretty cosmic. They've been up to space plenty of fucking times. Yeah. Let's fucking see the Guardians. Let's see the Eternals. Let's see them all.
Magneto has a base
on the moon,
space, right? And they go to the, to that base. So you're like, from there, you can go. Gladiator can show up. Superman, Purple Superman can show up, and do his
Purple
thing.
Superman.
Yeah, Purple Superman.
So I got this idea. So what
up, Jason?
What if, like, you were saying before, that Jubilee asked Beast where mutants come from, and he didn't know. So what if the X-Men met the Eternals, and it was more of a philosophical, like Jack Kirby. They made, Celestials made humans, deviants, them, and in the making of it, a little bit branched off and mixed with this, and that's a separate offshoot. And they have a philosophical discussion about what their purpose is, where they come from. So that way, the X-Men have now the X-Men have more of a sense of why they had to fight with humanity for their place, as opposed to just, the bald dude said so, and I agree with him.
That's actually pretty.
No,
cool.
that's actually good idea.
The Eternals made like a bad batch that in their thing led to mutants. Like, yeah, they just like things kind of didn't really gel correctly. And then because you have the deviants that are the deviants, you have the humans that are humans, and then you have the Eternals. So like somewhere in between all of that, the fucking potions got mixed up. That's actually a really interesting idea.
Yeah. It's funny because somebody, I saw a thing, and somebody came up with a great idea in the sense of like characters we might see die, and they went with Wanda, right? Like her ultimate last thing after fucking shit up, she releases all her energy, she sacrifices herself, but in doing that, she brings the X-Men into this reality, into 616.
So like,
in a sense of fixing everything, she'll bring them in. You know what I'm saying? CBR.
Because Wanda's gonna fuck shit up. Wanda is going to destroy some stuff real soon.
But the thing is, the whole thing is like it's like the house the house of mutant, the house thing, but reversed. Instead of taking away the powers, she introduces them to this world. I was like, that is actually an awesome idea. You know what I'm saying? And then Captain Marvel can be the strongest character in Marvel Universe.
And then it'll be good screen time with Wanda and Magneto, which I don't know if we're
ever now that's not her father now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we'll ever get that. So
it was never her father. She was like,
I know, but I really liked her. I really like that concept,
dude.
You know what I mean?
I don't care what anybody says.
But do we spend the whole movie
father shit? Because Quicksilver, the dumb one, as I call him, spent an entire movie. I'm gonna tell Magneto he's my father. When?
Yeah.
Not now. We're fighting Apocalypse.
You think this nigga don't know who his kid is?
When? Not now. My watch is wrong. Like, it's the fuck you doing?
And then he runs up to him, taps him on the shoulder, and goes, "My bad. It's the wrong time. Go kill Apocalypse." Hey, what?
Yo, by the way, Apocalypse was a shit show.
Yes.
Who played Apocalypse again?
I don't give a shit. He fucked up.
Oscar Isaac.
The funny thing is, and Moon Knight can redeem himself, just like
there you go.
Ryan Reynolds.
There you go.
Chris Evans is there.
Chris Evans.
Well, Chris Evans didn't need to be redeemed. He just switched characters.
Did you guys see Moon Knight?
He didn't need to be redeemed, because I think he was you're right. He was a pretty cool Johnny Storm.
No. That's why I didn't say Cap, because I was like, yo, my man, he looked like Johnny. He had the attitude of Johnny Storm.
Yeah, he did.
If anybody wasn't Johnny Storm, it was Michael B. Jordan.
Oh,
dude, you know what?
That's right. And somebody out there's gonna go, but no, he was not Johnny Storm.
Here's the thing: Chris Evans plays a smartass perfectly.
Yes,
he has that look where he can just look like the fucking guy you want to punch in the face. If
the job,
or not another teen movie.
I was about to say that. That's the one.
Michael B. Jordan is too cool, regardless of what the panel thinks. He's too cool to be that smartass that people are like, yo, dude, shut the fuck up for a second.
You know who was real cool in? The Chronicles thing. The thing where they all had powers. They all like psychic power. Yo, he's the only guy I liked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, that's the coolest dude in the park. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, go fuck yourself. But Chris Evans is Johnny Storm.
Which one is that?
Is it Chronicles?
Yeah.
It's Chronicles. It's like they all get by this meter, right? And they all get
the movie. Where that kid at the end puts like the firefighter outfit in. Exactly. I did see that. Yeah. Michael B. Jordan was actually cool there.
Yeah, because he was the one that understood it and controlled it better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Then that one loser just lost his shit. Yeah, but then Chris Evans, when you see him as Johnny Storm, you want to punch him in the face. Like Cap said, you're just like, yo, why are you such a dick to the Thing? Why are you such a dick? That's perfect.
One of my favorite things where he's just walking around popping popcorn. That's a little funny touch. But the Eternals and the new X-Men, to circle back.
Yeah.
Man, we already been going on for an hour. It don't even feel like an hour.
Word.
Holy shit.
Do you bring in MCU lore? Does this like is this its own independent thing, or do you like let's throw some movie shit in here, like Captain Marvel came down and blew up a blockbuster and like 19
So I'm a big proponent. You got to keep this in line with the original 90s shit. It's just a cartoon about some X-Men. If Captain Marvel's in this, it's only because she gave her powers to Rogue. That's it. It's not a Brie Larson type feel. No. And it's not because I don't like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel or anything like that. You're telling me this is X-Men 97. Which means none of the MCU is happening.
MCU is not a thing. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, if the one thing we've learned is the MCU has had their shine.
Yeah, bro.
So let's back up here, then let's go to simpler times. You know what I mean? Just very simpler times. Like I said, if somebody pops in once in a while, like there was one where like the Earth was something was happening, and you see Spider-Man on top of the Brooklyn Bridge. That's it. They were like passing by other places in the world, and you see him standing there, and Black Panther and Afro and thing and Wakanda on some. That's it. Other than that, there's no reason to get them involved. Yeah. Let's keep this X-Men based. There are so many mutants. I mean, Omega Red and Wolverine by itself could be like an arc.
Yes,
because they hate each other.
That is real hate, like more than Sabretooth and Wolverine hate. That is on sight. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. It on sight. Whenever they see each other, they get it on.
Do we get more into the Weapon X program?
Absolutely correct.
Yes, 100%.
You need to dig into that. You really need to get into that.
Give me 2 episodes of Wolverine having to team up with his worst enemies. Yep. Sabretooth, Omega Red, throwing Deadpool, throwing more.
You could put the Hulk in there.
Yeah.
They are not friends.
And force them to team up to actually do some shit.
Yep. And you want to get a fun dynamic, and this is me being, because I've loved the comics when they're together, is the Punisher and Wolverine. Because
perfect pairing.
They're like, they get it, but then they don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they go together like guns and knives.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. It's like Wolverine's like, I got this, and he was like, well, I got all these gats, so it's like, what the fuck you want? I mean, at one point, he shot Wolverine in the dick. So, you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, and you got to have Deadpool at one point. Just toward
Deadpool needs to show up 100%.
You know what I'm saying? You want to see Logan get annoyed, Deadpool.
Would you be okay if Deadpool does show up and he's like too quippy? Like he's constantly breaking the fourth wall and just like kind of taking because he's always done it.
Yeah.
But like taking over the show to a point.
I mean, well, he has a big personality in the comics.
That can do it.
Yeah, he has a big personality. So if you're gonna have Deadpool all the way. Don't scale him back because that's unfair. Yeah. That's not the character. In the comic books, he'll turn to you and be like, "Yo, can you believe this shit?"
Yeah.
On some Eddie Murphy in Trading Places. Going back to that, it's like, really? You hear this shit?
Can you imagine if, let's say him and Logan are walking in a tunnel somewhere, and Deadpool turns the camera and just says something, and you just hear Logan go, "Who are you talking to, bub?"
That's exactly
them. You don't see.
Yo, Cap, you literally took that scene out of my head, man. That's exactly what I see. Like he's talking, and he's like, "What the hell are you talking to?" And he's like, "What's wrong with you?" He goes, "Don't worry about it.
It's just me. Don't worry about it.
I tell you this much: if I would love to see if I'm going to have anybody cross over with the Avengers, it's definitely Deadpool and Spider-Man because they will never shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
and that'll drive Wolverine insane.
I feel like we missed a shot because I want to see Tony pull like what was his character in Tropic Thunder? Spider-Man and Deadpool are talking to him.
Yes.
Are you talking to me this whole time?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure
some Cyrus. I forget the name. Lincoln Osiris, if I'm not mistaken.
Man. I'm telling you, but yeah, definitely. You know, if you're gonna just focus on the mutants, and you know what you do is not even all X-Men, X Factor.
I would like to say some
the ones in the sewers. I forget their name. The other one.
I know you're talking about.
With what the fuck's her name at the helm? The chick with the iPad.
I forget. Yes,
Morlocks.
Forget their name.
The Morlocks.
The Morlocks. You got the Brotherhood. You have so many of these smaller groups that you can really explore and have them cross over with the X-Men. The Hellfire Club. That is an amazing comic book that you can bring back. You know what I'm saying?
You put in what do you call it? So a little bit of rehab, because like we mentioned before, Jean Grey in this show was kind of fucking weak.
Yep.
If you bring in the Hellfire Club and you make what do you call it? You make her go toe to toe with the Ice Queen. I'm blanking on
Emma Frost.
Emma Frost. You can redeem her. You can rebuild her, and you're like, oh, Jean Grey's actually kind of fucking strong here. Yeah. And without the Phoenix Force, just let her go toe to toe and fucking redeem herself.
Because in the cartoon, it was like, Jean, what do you want to eat for dinner? Oh, it's too heavy. She fucking just faints.
Jean, can you pass me the pencil? Like, my mind. This is much I can do.
Scott. It's like enough of the Denzel in the stress shit. But yo, the most important question I feel like that I can ask y'all is, do you change their outfits, their uniforms?
No,
you don't do that.
No, why?
The whole point of the X-Men is they're the others. And they get to express themselves however they want. That's why each one of them has a different fucking uniform, because it's a form of self-expression. You can't put them all in black fucking leather jackets.
No,
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
If you want to be cute,
I know for a fact, Cabs doesn't get the duster from Gambit, bro, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be some email sent out there.
I need that.
And I'm with you.
No. If you want to be cute, and maybe have them come out in the black, it was like, nah, this doesn't work. And then maybe if you want to be cute, that might be too cute, because they did call that in the first X-Men movie when Cyclops was like, "What are you expecting? Yellow spandex?" And the entire world said yes.
Yeah.
Like you shitted on us. You shitted on us, and then you spit on us while we're on the floor. Like, yes, that's exactly what we want.
We can believe that metal comes out of your fucking fist, but we can't believe you wear yellow spandex. Fucking cocksuckers.
Dude, you have a cloak jet coming out of a basketball court. My man, you can give me yellow spandex, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Some shit. Or the brown shit.
Yeah, at the end of Days of Futures Past, I think it's either that one or Apocalypse. Which one was the last one?
I know what you're talking about.
At the end of Apocalypse, they show up in their fucking uniform. Cyclops looks like Cyclops. They all have different shit on. And then, of course, Dark Phoenix comes out and we all say, fuck that. We forget about it. But they showed up on screen for a split second in their fucking looks. And it works. And nobody says anything. You know why? Because when you look at the Avengers, none of them are wearing the same fucking shit, but we understand that they're a team.
Yeah.
We're not going into the NBA. Not everybody needs to be in a fucking jersey.
I tell you this much: when the Avengers, when Cap had that first suit, that shit was disrespectful.
That suit was not great.
No, because first of all,
the upgrade to it was all right.
Said it. Nothing about that suit was comfortable. That shit does not look comfortable. It's like
so. Wait, are you speaking about the real, like the one from Avengers?
From Avengers.
Yeah, that
shit was a disgrace.
Yeah,
I'd rather you be Johnny Storm than that shit. Okay, but luckily the first one, and then Winter Soldier got it right.
Winter Soldier got it perfect.
And the first one where he's doing like the Black Ops thing.
Oh, perfect, man.
Endgame had it perfect. He had the actual fish scales. Shit on chest.
And remember, and when he became kind of nomad, you saw the scales in the holes, and I was like, perfect. I'm with it. All of a sudden, I'm like, the one from Ultron, I was like, I don't know what this is. You bastard. What happened to the Winter Soldier one? Can we bring that one back?
Yo, you could Winter Soldier the entire time.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
be okay if he Winter Soldier the entire fucking.
I would have had
Funny.
no problem with it.
One of my favorite hoodies is a costume hoodie I have that is the Age of Ultron Captain America shit. That's one of
Nice.
my favorite hoodies. I love that shit.
It's funny. I ordered a Bucky Barnes kind of workout kind of hoodie thing, and the left arm is
the
great.
sleeve. The sleeve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the sleeve,
I've seen that.
I got
I've
it from
seen that.
Superheroes X. I ordered it, and I was like that. I was like, I gotta have at least that. You know what I'm saying? I might get also the Logan one, but I gotta get the arms right because
if you guys are gonna do those kind of t-shirt purchases and shit like that, do them. Yo, this is a nice way to not get got on Instagram and shit. If you're gonna buy a t-shirt, a hoodie, any kind of memorabilia like that, do it through a PC, because the more you do that shit on your phone, the more shit comes out. Yo, in the last week, I bought a hoodie and 2 tees just because they come out on my Instagram, son. So guys, be careful. And I know you can have self-control or whatever, but like I wear this clothing. Like I am mostly t-shirts and graphic tees and retro shit and
Really? I figured you more of like a dinner dress type.
No, well, that's for work. That's for work. I do have the polos and the ties and the
I mean,
shit. So don't do it on the computer, because then that shit constantly comes out on Instagram. Bro, I get 15 ads a day like, buy this shirt, buy this shirt, buy this shirt. So I feel like I do okay, but buy on your computer, bro. And also, if you do see, I'm not trying to hate on the little guy. If you want to support on a little guy, sure, go and do it. But like, look around for different pricing, because some websites might have a shirt or a hoodie at one price. Then you might see it on the original person's site for cheaper, better shipping. So don't be so quick to buy that. You can get got.
Yeah. Also, if you go on Etsy, make sure you check on the dealer. So you're not like, oh, this dude said he's in Nevada. Let me check my package. My package is coming from China, or it's coming from Denmark, or that shit's happened to me multiple occasions. Matter of fact, where's this shit at? I bought this shit. It's from an anime that I watch. It's supposed to be extra large. This shit is an extra small. I can't even zip this motherfucker up.
So sizing works differently from countries. Asian, and no offense, I'm not trying to be racist, but an Asian extra large is not a Hispanic extra large.
Yeah, it's a kid's medium.
It's like a kid's medium.
It's not. Yeah, I've had that issue happen before, so definitely look at.
Yeah, I've ordered
where I bought it from.
European medium is small. They run these shit tight.
Yeah. Dude, where I bought it from, that motherfucker said Vegas.
And that show's coming from China. Yo, bro, I made a ridiculous purchase today for no fucking reason. This wasn't even like comic book related, nothing. I'm gonna make a confession here. I was a big fan of the movie Clueless. With you remember
Alicia
Silverstone
and Paul Rudd, 6 Degrees of Avengers.
Paul Rudd looking the same. Paul Rudd looks exactly the same as he did. So I saw a hoodie.
Hey, world's sexiest man, Paul Rudd.
Yo, shout out to Paul Rudd getting that sexiest man, bro. Shout out to Paul Rudd.
Apparently, Ryan Reynolds, Idris Elba, and The Rock were sick that day because they all been the sex.
Hey, when you could grow to 80 feet tall, you know.
But at the end of the day, you can see Ryan Reynolds getting a little older. You can see some crow's feet coming out. Paul Rudd still looks good, but yeah, I bought a hoodie of a scene in Clueless. It's Alicia Silverstone, Cher, and Ty at the party, like kind of side-eyeing, and it was a good price. I was like, God damn it! I just buy ridiculous shit. Do your purchases on your PC where you can close them and not take it with you to work. Because man, the biggest mistake I did was buying a T-shirt through my Instagram, and it's just constant storming.
You laugh at my job. I'm on, when I have some time, I go on my phone, look up my nerd shit. I play a game called Magic the Gathering. It's a card game. I just
I
it.
play a game called Magic the Gathering. Like you play the card game.
Yeah, I don't know who knows it, so I say it as if nobody knows. Yeah. I just made a mono white deck, humans.
Yeah.
That came out because Google was like, "Yo, here's an article you might read on mono white deck."
Hell yeah, bro! It's crazy, guys. Be careful. Yo, have you ever been into WoW? World of Warcraft?
I've never been into computer gaming because we didn't get our first real computer until I was like 16.
Yeah.
And 2 years after that, I was in the service. Then I came home and like I never had a chance to PC game.
Yeah. So there's a game modeled after the heroes and villains. It's a card game, but a video game. It's called Hearthstone. So I've never been a card guy. I've never been a card game guy at all. I got into Hearthstone, and I'm actually looking at little things to try to get into Magic, bro. That Hearthstone made me love like card games. I started playing Gwent.
I don't know if you can see right here. So Magic Arena, it's Magic the Gathering, but you can play it on your phone or your computer. It's the full.
That's gonna be my next download because
it's completely free too.
Check out Hearthstone, also free. It's a really cool card game. Sorry, we got too nerdy there.
Me.
I speak the card game language. They also had that card game Gwent that came from The Witcher, which was okay. And I know they have those like auto chess games or like card type games.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on card games, y'all. They are very interesting and will keep you on at least on your phone, on the train, on the way to work. Give it a couple minutes.
There's a good Yu-Gi-Oh one.
Hell yeah, man. It's been a minute since I've done some Yu-Gi-Oh shit.
I had to delete the Yu-Gi-Oh because I used to. So the administrator would come in at 9. I started at 8. So for an hour while people were just meandering in, I would have it on my phone. And then one day he came in early. And I lost the game because I was like, shit, I can't touch my phone. He's standing there. I was like, I gotta get rid of it. I can't play this game.
That sucks. Yeah, no. This shit. Card games are fun, y'all. Okay, back to X-Men. Sorry.
No, you guys remember the X-Men cards, the trading cards, and the toys and all that shit?
Absolutely.
Look, we had the board game. Board game.
This shit always stays by me. I don't even call myself Johnny anymore. Okay, I don't. I never liked that. By the way. Look at how serious I was into wrestling. Who is that?
Heartbreak Kid.
Yes, sir.
So look, it's nothing but sports related stuff. I didn't even play sports like that. But look, the one thing. But yeah, of course, bro.
Broken heart never fades.
I never stray too far from my cards, bro. Them shits. Ooh, look at that Magneto right there. That shit is kind of dope. Polaris.
Yeah, that shit is dope.
Bro. Gambit down there. Bro, I never strayed too far. My cards is always with me. You know what's funny? I used to think that these motherfuckers was gonna make me rich. Nah. A lot of these shits is just not even worth anything.
My cards are in a blue suitcase, not even 5 feet from me.
Yeah, I keep that thing with me, bro. Keep that thing with me all the time. I actually want to go back to like eBay and like see if I can fill up some of these because it's all by the series, yeah. So it's like one card might not be a lot, but a series could get you $500 easy. Yeah. But filling those all out is so difficult, man. And like to get them in good condition,
it's always difficult to fill the holes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, do you guys introduce Silver Surfer and Wanda as his kids in this cartoon or?
Silver Surfer.
Quicksilver. The Silver Surfer and Quicksilver, I get confused just based off the names.
So I know we just went off about like, nah, don't bring MCU, blah, blah, blah. But if we were to be on the other side of the foot, right? Let's be on the other side. Not the foot, whatever the fuck the saying is.
Fence.
Let's be on the other side of the fence, grass, whatever the fuck you want to call it. If you were to bring anybody, maybe it is those two, just because we've always wanted that moment. Oh, they're related. But I mean, so the thing is, as big as you see Wanda in the MCU, Wanda's extremely important in the X-Men. Like she is in there. So maybe that's okay. I'll be okay with that.
Do you do a House of M with her?
Oh, fuck.
So
me.
I think you can. you get a second season.
That's what I'm saying. It can't be like we can't be episode 5. Boom, House of M. You can't do that.
But the only thing I could see that goes wrong with the only reason why I say we need a second season is because
it might go too long.
Well, no, House of M actually involves
a lot of people.
Like, it's almost exclusively no X-Men involved except for Wolverine.
Yeah.
So in order to do a House of M, you'd have to change it drastically to fit the narrative that you want with just X-Men in it.
And then you'd have to bring in Spider-Man, which
you'd have to bring in Luke Cage and a whole bunch of other people that, unless you watch Netflix, the general MCU audience might not know who the fuck they are.
But I mean,
go ahead. No,
I was gonna say, do you bring them in? Would you guys like to see a Luke Cage and a Daredevil?
So this is the thing, and just hearing Cap speaking about it kind of like zapped this thought into my head. Like, maybe you don't mess around too much with this one. This is labeled as something very specific and special. So maybe you don't fuck around with it too much. Like, start bringing in shit like yo, bro, let's keep it 97, where the only meddling that they did was meddling that we've seen in comic book properties and shit like that. Maybe you don't start like, see, this is what Cap is talking about. This is what the MCU has done to us, where we need everything tied together. You know, where like, look, I saw people writing about Eternals. Eternals doesn't tie in the stories at all. Only the post-credit scene was like, well, I mean, we got a fucking Celestial just kind of chilling. It just frozen right now. I'm pretty sure that's gonna tie in somehow. But it's true what Cap says. Like, we're expecting these kind of ties and these branch offs, and is there gonna be deleted scenes and all of that shit. So maybe you don't mess around with it too much. Like, don't start adding crazy 2021 stuff into this 1997 peach cobbler. Like, I don't want, don't put in vegan products. Don't make it with almond milk. No offense to the vegans. Like, make this peach cobbler old school. Like, I think literally just hearing Cap, I was like, man, you can't fuck around with the show too much. Like, it just hit me. I don't know if you guys agree, but yeah, no, you can't really mess around that much.
No, I hear you.
No, I agree for the start. Let's get maybe 97, let's get maybe 98 in there. And then once you've exhausted some shit, then little by little, like if
when
they
you see
when the number years, like
when you see the
a little more.
When you see the ratings start going down a bit and people start, all right, boom, let's do some shit maybe. Yeah, but like, fuck, man, I think like, so like, imagine people. So, okay, the only people excited about this right now are like maybe some of the kids that used to watch it before that are grown-ups now and, don't really care. And then there's us who they make this shit for, right? So would it be jarring for us, our crowd, to fucking fire up this shit and the first thing you see is freaking Captain America? You know what I mean? Like, would it mess people up?
It depends on how. Like, if it's World War II and it ties into Logan's story, yes. If it's Chris Evans Cap, I'd be like,
that's what I mean.
What is this?
That's what I meant. Chris Evans Cap. That's what I meant.
Nah.
It's funny. I don't want to see any of that. With all due respect, because clearly we've gotten that. I mean, we've gotten that shit to the point that you're like, it's enough.
You
know what I mean? I don't want to see that. I want to see, like Cap said it perfectly. If it ties into Logan's thing,
yeah.
But I don't want him to be
Chris Evans,
a mainstay. I don't want him to overstay his welcome. I work with Cap. Now he goes away. Now we're all about Logan. That's it.
No, I'm gonna say right now.
Little crossover. Walk away.
The one mistake Marvel has done is they had an Avengers cartoon, Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes, that was fucking amazing.
It's a great cartoon.
And they threw it away so they can make an Avengers cartoon that was more along the lines of the movies. And that shit took a dip. Like, your cartoons don't need to be the movies. They can be separate. They don't need everything. Doesn't need to be everything. You can have separate shit. Just make it fucking good.
All right, so Show, welcome, Show.
What's up, family? How y'all doing?
We chilling, man. We're talking about the new X-Men 97 now. As the outsider, the outside consortium, the consigliere to to the people who have not watched the show but know about the X-Men. What's something that you can think of that you would want to see in this series?
Definitely Wolverine. A lot of Wolverine.
Everybody wants the Logan, bro. Everybody wants the Logan.
A lot of Wolverine. Are they gonna use the same Wolverine though? Hugh Jackman?
No. This is animated.
What?
It'll just be voice actors.
They can't make a little Hugh Jackman?
Can we catch him up on what the hell's going on?
Catch him up.
So X-Men 97, they are continuing the original X-Men cartoon.
Nice.
So we're not gonna have Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart.
Oh man,
it's gonna be the original voices from that cartoon that we grew up.
I know, and the music and the bubbly.
But first off, Show that's not music. It's
epic.
Yeah, the music is epic.
Let it ride out, Show. Let it ride out.
You see, I'm quiet.
I can picture it now. Rogue, Storm, Wolverine,
and then right here.
All right, this is
where you see Professor Tatini. Yo, I know, I can see it. I remember when Instagram first started rolling out 1 minute videos. Remember, it was 15 seconds at first. Then they rolled out 1 minute videos, and everybody around me had that shit, except me, my brother, my friends, people that I would see post. I'm like, what the fuck? I want these 1 minute videos. And I finally get the 1 minute videos. I get the update. And the first thing I posted was the whole intro to X-Men. I can look that up for you right now. It's literally I literally wrote in the caption, now that I have a minute of, posting, take this. I didn't even make a funny video. I had to record myself. X-Men. I remember that. I have that shit here.
That just reminded me. You said like a lower character that they can ping on.
Please.
Give me more Nightcrawler.
Oh,
give me more Nightcrawler, man.
No, and that's a main character. That's a small character. 100%.
Shows. So back to you. You want to see more Wolverine?
Wolverine.
Now, the one thing that I loved about the original cartoon was that they referenced a lot of stuff from the comics. Like a lot of the story arcs and the sagas they did was straight from the comics. A lot of information like Wolverine's powers and Sabretooth's powers and all that other stuff. So what about Wolverine do you want to see? You want to see his origin? Do you want to see just his stories, his arc with other characters, or you just want to see him fucking people up?
You know what? Now that you mention it, it would be dope to actually see the cartoon versions for the people that are like me. Because looking at the cartoon on the comics, it's a little confusing. There's a lot of bubbles. You don't know where to read.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see it in cartoon version and be like, I could be able to relate to those guys without having to read the comic.
So you'll be able to start with Wolverine from the beginning. So you would like to see how the adamantium was placed in there.
Correct.
I mean, you know me, I've said it plenty of times on this show. I'm a sucker for an origin story, especially when done well. I don't need a huge, masterful villain at the end, although it is a positive, it is a plus. But man, just 1 or 2 quick episodes. We just all right, look, the episode starts. You just fucking hear gunfire. Bah, 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 bah. You see these soldiers storming a beach or whatever. And then all of a sudden you see boom, Logan just shooting people, and then bam, we just get the start of his whole arc, bro. And then we get to see him into Weapon X, all of the Stryker experiments, maybe some sinister stuff going on in there as well. Some kind of oh God, who's the guy? the God damn it, I forget his name. He looks like a little weird vampire-y dude. At the end of those Logan, the original Wolverine movie, there's that M on the suitcase.
No, that tied into Mr. Sinister.
That Mr. Sinister, yes, not Sinister himself, Mr. Sinister. So some of that shit in there and all of that stuff, that'd be great to see. Yeah, I'm hyped. I'll be hyped for that show.
Oh, here's a question for everybody. Do we keep what do you call it? Do we keep Gambit with his Cajun accent?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
Absolutely.
Don't take that. Australian accent didn't really work out for Wolverine, but the horrible Cajun accent, it's just
Mon ami.
It's just if he doesn't say "mon ami" once, like, do we even have an X-Men show?
And you got to keep him going after Rogue. You have to keep him going after Rogue.
Don't look, man. No offense to anybody. Don't get too me too with this shit, man. Like I want to, like, he needs to chase Rogue, but that's kind of like it. But that does good for Rogue's character. That she keeps like no, bro. Get away from me. I would literally kill you. You
know what's crazy is that this cartoon, whether they meant it or not, was the guy saw a beautiful woman he went after. It's not It's not the whole misogyny shit and all that other shit. Like these women, even Jubilee, were strong, except for Jean Grey. You know what I'm saying? But they were strong women. They held their own. They took care of business. They weren't afraid to take initiative and all that other shit. Yo, do not put this sexist shit on us.
Yeah.
Leave it the way it is.
Oh, in you trying to remove, Gambit maybe being a little too pressy on her. Removing that, you take away some of Rogue's power.
Yep.
Part of her character and her power is the fact that she's like, bro, no. And I mean, she did, at the end of the day, she does like this guy, you know what I mean? But like, she knows that she can't do stuff, but like, don't let them go into their own trouble. Let them figure it out and let them be these powerful women that don't need no man around.
It also goes to show you, I'm sorry to cut you off, Cap, but it also goes to show you that you may be interested in the woman, right? But you can still care for her without getting her affection in that way. Like, if you're friends and you're hitting on her and you want to be more than that and you accept her for who she is, but she's like battling with herself and you accept that, you can still care for somebody deeply without having to shun them. Oh, she's a bitch, she's a hoe, or this guy's just looking for pussy. It was never that. My man was
never that.
Yo,
he cared for her.
Yeah,
he cared for her, bro. Like, yeah.
Because there's not a lot of that being shown around nowadays.
He did try to kiss her while she was sleeping one time.
Hey, yo, you get what you get.
More fucked that up.
Yeah,
almost died.
Well,
would he have died?
He would have. Well,
he got passed out.
If he didn't let go of her, she'd have killed him.
So, one thing I was gonna bring up is, let's keep it like back in 1995 and 96 with the full equality. And one part, somebody turns around, I think Professor X like, yo, Storm, you're in charge. And nobody said a fucking thing about it. Let's keep it like that. I don't want to hear about
Yeah, no one in the background. But she's black.
Yeah, no,
none of that.
She's a woman and shit. No, she's a fucking X-Men. They put her in charge. Everybody in the show fucking agree with it. Outside of the show, we saw it.
It was normal.
Not a fucking big deal. It's normal.
Like, it's exactly like, don't make it a big deal. Like, we don't need to talk about it. We just let it be. Like, bro, we spoke about that shit on the podcast we did, like the women heroes and villains and shit that I brought up Storm. Bro, Logan would listen to, so he'd be like, I'm gonna be upset about things. I'm still gonna listen to what you say.
He didn't listen to Scott, but he listened to Storm.
He didn't listen to Scott at all.
Yeah.
But when Storm says something like we spoke about that. They had a little something for a little minute. Mm-hmm. There was a crush there. There was some stuff that happened later on.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, man, please, like that is the thing about the X-Men that just completely broke ground. Like, we have women at the forefront of this shit. We got people of color at the forefront of this shit. And like, it was all about this crazy cast that no one was putting out there like that. And please don't touch that. Don't try to 2021. Don't try to politically correct X-Men because X-Men was ahead of its fucking time. I think it was perfect the way they did it. Like seeing these women in the forefront, seeing these people of color in the front. Like, bro, let's keep that.
I would like to see more Spanish people though.
100%.
Yeah.
Of course. Who did we have Spanish in X-Men?
I don't think any of them were.
Yeah, I don't believe it. We had the Cajuns, we had the Africans, we had
the
Native Americans. There was a bunch of ethnicities, but I don't remember Spanish, any kind of Spanish in there.
Who would you assign the Spanish to?
This
Let's
Spanish
make one called El Diabla, and she's just very pissed
not for nothing. That could be the character that I mentioned. He's not a comic book character.
The morph character.
Yes, that could be it. Yeah.
Make it some Spanish person, but no offense to South America, no offense to the European, no offense to the Spaniards, but let's get a Caribbean in there. You know what I'm saying? Let's get maybe a Cuban dude, maybe a Puerto Rican chick, maybe the Dominicans. They won't pick us. We're just a mess.
Hey, half and half, baby.
If maybe we can make them half and half again.
From the
no
heights.
offense, because there is Mexican superheroes out there. You know what I'm saying? There is European, Spaniard, Hispanic superheroes out there. Let's get a Caribbean out there. You know, let's get somebody who likes to listen to a little merengue sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta make it too crazy. But that is dope, Tags. I like that idea. The human character, the morph character, the mutant that we're seeing it. Make them Spanish. That'd be fucking incredible.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want to see Speedy Gonzalez come out here either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make it tasteful, y'all. I don't want to see too many quips. I don't want to see this guy, hey, Taco Tuesday. I don't want to see shit like that. But they did, and again, we spoke about Storm all the time. Storm she married T'Challa. She was the queen of Wakanda. You know
really? So I did not know that.
She married T'Challa in the comics. Yeah, she's Beyonce. She's Beyonce. He's Jay-Z, bro. That's what it is. So something like that. Keep it powerful, keep it classy. But that was X-Men's biggest fucking thing, that they brought out this crazy cast. Most of the other groups that we saw were all white guys, and maybe the occasional white girl. You know what I'm saying? These guys blew it out the water. Let's keep that. I don't want to see and it's crazy because now you're I'm already envisioning scenarios. Oh, this new X. Shut up, everybody. God damn it.
Word. If you don't like what the fuck we're saying, do step number 1, step number 2, and step number 10.
Go fuck yourself.
Subscribe, and go fuck yourself. That's it. Yo, and real quick, Pro Wrestling Podcast said that his Nightcrawler was his favorite. He just wanted to mention that, and Miles Morales should join. I was gonna ask you guys that. How would you feel about Miles Morales being in, not an X-Men, but being in an episode?
Being more involved.
Well, bring them.
Again, if they stick it to the timeline, it doesn't make sense. I don't know if X-Men 97 is a working title. That's the actual title.
But what about if they do more of Bishop and Cable? Because they did a bunch of future past jumping.
There was jumping. And Spider-Man is known to jump around. But it wouldn't make sense to just drop in Miles Morales, but I'm here for it, bro. Anywhere that you could put Miles Morales in, let me know. I'm there. Let's see a Miles. So I saw, and I'm sorry to cut you off, I'll finish quick. I saw a theory that Spider-Man MCU is just it's really Miles Morales in disguise. I know this is a white boy, and I get it. It's a white kid. But what people are saying, his character is so different from the original Spider-Man's, and where he fits into this whole MCU shit, they're bro, that's just Miles Morales in disguise. It goes into a lot more detail. But if we could move on to Miles Morales, afterwards, that'd be sick.
That would be sick.
Yeah. I was just going to point out for anybody watching at home and everybody here, in the comics, Miles Morales is no longer going to be called Spider-Man.
What is it going to be called?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
So here's the story.
El hombre de
Doc Ock doing some, I think part of the Clone Saga or some weird shit. Doc Ock found a way to put his consciousness in a Peter Parker body, and he was Superior Spider-Man. He took over, and when he did that, he trademarked the name, and he copyrighted the name Spider-Man. And in the comics, he's literally suing Miles Morales for copyright infringement for using that name. That is
Holy
why
shit.
he's no longer going forward.
That's current. That's current stuff.
That's current. Yes.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
Just to give you a heads up, just in case in the MCU all of a sudden Miles Morales comes out and he's not called Spider-Man, the basis is being started now in the comics if they choose to go that route.
Shit.
Scarlet Spider.
What's the original?
Riley.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Just
What?
a different name out there.
What was your question, Show?
What's the origin of Miles Morales? I never understood that.
So he's another kid that he went on a school trip and he got bit by a different spider. And they had different abilities.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
shit.
Spider-Man in his world died. The Green Goblin killed him. And he took over.
So you remember in the movies, the original Spider-Man, where there was multiple spiders? In the sign. All right, so there were multiple spiders that they were
like 12 of them
experimenting on.
Yeah.
So one of the other spiders bit Miles Morales. So you may not know this. Miles Morales has the same powers as Peter Parker, but he can go invisible. He can shoot electrical rays out of electricity out of him. You know, can he jump in between like dimensions or some shit like that? No,
I don't think that's his. I think Spider-Gwen does that shit.
Yeah, so he has different powers. And if you watch the Spider-Verse, like Pro Wrestling Podcast is saying, they explain that stuff.
Spider-Verse is one of the best comic book movies of all time.
So I have a question for you, Show. I asked this to the guys, and I'm not gonna tell you their answer because I want to hear your answer from the consigliere's position.
Pop quiz, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, would you want this cartoon to involve the MCU in some way?
Oh, that's an easy question because I've actually mentioned this before. When are they gonna mix it with X-Men? Like, I would love to see MCU, X-Men all come together. I think you guys told me it's all because of money or something, publishing or
contract stuff, licensing and stuff. Well, remember, this will be a cartoon. So, do you want to see, like, the question would be, do you want to see like Chris Evans, Captain America, Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark in this X-Men show, or would you just kind of want them separate so you could enjoy this original X-Men from back then in this new light, in this new time, or would you still want to mix in some MCU in there?
I want them to do it like in the movies. I want them to give you the story for a couple of episodes.
And everything connected?
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, we need help. And then it might connect in some way to MCU.
So that's what I was saying. That's literally what I just said before show came in. So, like, there's going to be people that are going to be expecting that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, Marvel did that thing. Cap has been saying it for the last 2-3 weeks. It's like, bro, now everybody wants it to be, like, tied together, which I don't have a problem with. But I think this X-Men property just kind of needs to be on its own.
See, now, real quick, this is why Show is so valuable to this podcast.
Real, kid.
It's not because he's funny. It's because he's a guy that may not know things, but he's still he's the demographic. He's the demographic that the people who make shit go after.
He's our morph.
Because they know we're going to watch it regardless. But they need someone like Show who's not really into it to go, let me check this out.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And they have to have some kind of familiarity.
He's our Agent Coulson.
Yeah.
Coulson was legit created by MCU for MCU. Just no Coulson anywhere. Ever.
He's their morph.
But people started fucking with Coulson, and it's like, yo, I like this guy. Keep him around. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. Nope. Although he does show up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
He's all in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's his show.
Yeah, he that is, correct. They made that show around him. I still gotta watch that shit.
Yo, there's some seasons that it's rough to get through, but once you get through them, they're pretty good.
First half of season 5, Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes. If you watch anything, you gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can ask toe tags. Almost every fucking episode, I was losing my shit with what they fucking put in there.
Yeah.
See,
And that's big. It's big to hear that from you. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely. I've been saying this since we started this podcast, like a couple months ago, that I'm gonna get into Agents of Shield, and everybody keeps telling me it's not canon.
Yo, during the Thanksgiving break, bro, you got it.
I'm not doing nothing during Thanksgiving either. So
there you go, perfect.
Yeah,
see,
I don't want to be the downer, but Thanksgiving is just not the same anymore. I can't eat 6 plates anymore. I eat 1 chicken breast and I'm passing out.
I hear you. But
it ain't the same no more.
But this Saturday, get yourself some KFC.
Oh no, that's totally
and we out
different.
here.
That's totally
word. Show you got to be
forward to that. Do the people know?
Does
everybody know?
Yeah, we was me and Kenny were speaking about it yesterday when we was doing the Royal Watch Along. But I want every single person and every single podcast we do to come in this motherfucker. And the Pro Wrestling Podcast is down also. So we're gonna have the 8, 9, 10 people in this motherfucker, and we're just gonna be chilling.
Down for that's my Thanksgiving plans this year.
There you go, and we're gonna finally have the mukbang for show, so that way show can fucking eat on purpose.
I have a mukbang every day with you guys.
Oh yeah,
I'm always eating on camera.
Have it with us. You have it by yourself.
My apology. You should have joined.
Don't apologize for saying the truth. Is you do it, and we watch you do it.
Yeah,
at least I'm here myself.
It's a mukbang for us to see you eat.
I remember like 5, 6, 7 years ago, I was working. Was in the call center for DirecTV. I was working, and we were working Thanksgiving, and we had to work super late. So we all just got Boston Market, and I hate Boston Market, but Boston Market has really good mac and cheese. So I just got mac and cheese and the cornbread, and I just ate that. But the minute you told me that this morning, I read that, said that's a fantastic idea. I'll be there. And Saturday I'm gonna be here. I ain't doing shit.
You gotta give that idea to Kenny from the call up, because he's the one that wanted to do it, and I'm just like, yo, let's see if we get it back, because I love that idea also.
Kenny, that is what's up. If you're watching, if you out there, that is a great idea, and I'm down. Now, KFC isn't my number one chicken place of choice. And
well, if you want to get Popeyes,
I'm not gonna be the weirdo. I'm not. Church's is fire. I'm not gonna be the weirdo. I'm gonna get KFC.
I mean, if you want to get Popeyes and throw it in the KFC bucket, then we don't know.
You'll notice.
We'll smell it. We'll smell it.
Really different color. Yeah,
I can smell it over the fucking webcam.
Isn't the tag of this whole podcast channel "Come Through BU"?
Sure. Bring your Popeyes.
Yeah, bring your Popeyes.
This is Friendsgiving. This is different. I want to be. I like KFC. Don't get me wrong. I like KFC. And there's literally a KFC across the street. I could be in and out, bro.
That's
the
it.
Popeyes is super. I gotta get in the whip for the Popeyes. I'm not trying to get in the
whip. Nah, I'm good.
Show had a question. Show, what's your question?
I have more of a comment.
Okay.
I was gonna say that's why it's weird for the owners and the creators to actually appease to everybody, because they have a group of guys like you that are gonna look at the cartoons and be like, this shit ain't right. And then there's gonna be a group of guys like me that you can make your own storyline. It doesn't have to be a comic book story. Just make a great storyline. You could incorporate MCU where they run to Stark's. Yo, we need your help. And he calls the Avengers, and we're gonna be happy. We're watching MCU. We're watching X-Men. It's entertaining. To you guys, it's gonna be like, this is fucking bullshit. They never met. Or it's not supposed to go like this.
I feel like this podcast is like somewhere in the middle between comic book elitist and casual. Some of us may lead a little bit more towards that side, but I feel like we're all in the middle where we appreciate the MCU and everything the MCU has done. And I feel like a lot of us have been waiting to see these properties up in the big screen. And but also, like, man, don't ruin this X-Men. And I know I said earlier that you still have the original, but this is just a great shot to reintroduce the X-Men in a new time and just do it nicely and maybe focus on the X-Men. There's tons of MCU shit out there. Yo, bro, understand this year alone for the MCU. Maybe COVID pushed a couple things back, so we had a couple shit, but we had the 3 shows. Those went on for a couple months. Then we had What If. We're about to get Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And Moon Knight is soon come. And how many movies did we have? We had Black Widow, we had Shang-Chi, we had Eternals.
And Spider-Man to close out
and Spider-Man's on the way. And then as soon as 2022 starts, bam, we're going to have the finale of Hawkeye. And then a month later, we're going to go into Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. No, they delayed that, right?
Yeah,
it's delayed until like May or something like that.
Yeah, okay, which is, you know what? Good. Delay some shit because there's too much shit dropping right now. Again, I will never have Marvel fatigue, but I am in a playoff race right now in my fantasy football league. You feel me? I need to put attention elsewhere. Yo, I haven't been watching my updates. I haven't read anything. Like at the beginning of this podcast, we weren't doing fantasy football yet. Oh, we were, but it was like, we weren't in the thick of things. And I was having time to watch video, to stock up on shit, read up. But now it's like I am fantasy football focused. You know what I'm saying? So like there's so much MCU stuff right now. You give it a break. Yesterday, I just watched Shang-Chi I could have used those 2 hours to read up on some X-Men shit for today. I could have maybe popped a novel right quick. You know what I mean? There's electronic novels you can read online, super free, super easy. I could have done any of that. No, just watch Shang-Chi until like 1:30 in the morning for no fucking reason, bro. Jeez.
Fuck it.
You brought up something that I want to bring to show. God, Cabs, you were saying how you're not gonna have Marvel fatigue yet, but show with all this shit that's coming out,
yeah,
and you being of the side that you like it, but you're not in it like we are. Do you foresee yourself? Do you think that this is too much stuff for you to keep track of, for you to watch?
Before you answer, Souza McGuire just said the She-Hulk TV show also coming out. It's insane. It's insane. Go ahead, show.
Yeah, show.
To me, it didn't bother me. I actually, you guys told, I caught up on everything in about a week.
Damn.
And I enjoyed it.
All the shit that's coming out. So 2022, there's like 5 to 6 movies that's supposed to come out. There's 3 to 4 shows. Like, that's a lot of shit for somebody who's on your side of the fence. And I'm just wondering if you could foresee yourself going, you know what? I'll skip this one. I'll skip that one. I don't need to see all this shit.
After the show answers, I want to say something. Go ahead, show.
And I'm after you.
All right.
Depending on the word on the street, because you guys are everything to us rookies. Like, I didn't know who the fuck Shang-Chi was, but just from the word of you guys, yo, you need to go watch this, or this is dope. It's like I need to catch up on him. So it all depends on what you guys say. And everybody has professionals that they go to or they speak to that are into their stuff. Like, yo, should I watch this Star Wars? Nah, you guys, this shit is garbage. But
true.
You guys are gonna tell us exactly what not to watch. Yo, this new character they coming out is terrible. I'm not even gonna pay attention to that. That's where I come in. I'll be like, I don't need to watch it. My boys already certified as garbage. X-Men 3. I haven't even looked at it. I skip right over it every time.
For real.
Yeah.
We missed the Dark Phoenix saga, right? That movie did it come out?
I didn't even watch that.
Yeah, for what?
I've yet to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I was this close to putting it on the other day, and I just watched like Captain America Civil War or something.
Yo, I didn't even watch New Mutants.
I saw New Mutants. It was pretty good. But yo, so to go off of your question, Cap, me personally, the reason why I would not get fatigued off the MCU is because it's kind of like wrestling. And it's almost like
it's anime.
Yeah. The one thing is, because all of these movies intertwine, this is a huge story that we're getting throughout all the movies, right? So we're literally watching a movie-based TV show. with TV shows in the middle to now explain even more. So we're getting
commercials.
Yes, we're getting plethora of content after content after content. Now, when what DC's doing, 82 Batmans, all right, yeah, bro, we get it. She's fucking dead. We get it. Stop telling me this shit. The 700 Supermans. The only good thing about it is we got a guy who looked like fucking Superman. You know what I'm saying? And then the Flash with his little fucking bullshit like this. And now Wonder Woman. She literally has to face someone who destroys the mind of everyone in the world. And no one mentions this in the Justice League movie that happened 20 years after that.
Yeah.
Especially Batman when he does his due diligence on who the fuck this woman is. This is why you're like, all right, this shit is stupid. You're fucking with my mind. Christian Bale is our Batman. You know, that's what everybody's saying. The MCU, you can't say that. Oh, they don't go together. No. In scene 3, second 6, he mentions Thor, and that's how they coexist. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, because it's such a big story and it's already interesting. Yo, you got your Fast and the Furious fans here. It's like, I will watch Fast and the Furious 18 just because it's Fast and the Furious. But the MCU, just because it's MCU, off the strength of that, I'm going to watch it. Mind open, ready to like it.
So the funny thing is, and to bounce off of what all three of you said, and to go back to Cap, so I think that
you muted yourself, Lay.
I think the average person at this point,
Lay, you're muted.
You muted.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah. That was what you said. It was me with Eternals. I went in there like, please be good, and then that shit said no. But for people like that, I think they won't get the fatigue because, bro, like, for example, at work, I'm sitting. They move our chairs all the time. We move into a new building. I'm sitting next to this dude who has not been a geek his entire life, but all of a sudden he's super invested in the MCU, and that's been happening to so much people, bro. Like, and I meant to,
that's me.
Like my ex or whatever. You know, she was always into she had her nerdy side, her geeky side, but you know, she got into the MCU because of me and me hyping it up and us going into the theaters, to the point where she seeks out information on her own now. Like, she is like, yo, who is Starfire? You know what I'm saying? So that's happening, which is, I said this at the top of the show. There's so much people doing that now. So it's like, I don't think they'll get fatigued because they just started. They just got here. There's people that have just started watching the MCU now to catch up and watch these shows. It's insane. Can you imagine doing 23 movies, 24 movies in 2 weeks to then catch another 18 episodes of these? Well, 21 because Wanda, so it's 21 because Wanda has 9, right? To then catch up to the movies. Like, they have these guys got Homer, these guys got summer school. You feel me? They need to do a lot to catch up.
And yo, if you
did
think
it with the comics.
Yo, if you think about it, those 23 movies was season 1 of the MCU.
The last of 10 years. With a 2 episode finish.
What's a better TV show than that, bro?
It's insane. So then the people that I think will get the fatigue faster, and me personally, I know I'm talking about a lot about this today, but I'm telling you, I don't think I'll see myself getting fatigue in a long time, depending on like what's going on, because I waste tons of time watching theory videos. I read a lot of stuff. I'll be on the Reddits. Like, if I'm not watching a movie, I'm digging into some lore, especially now that we're doing the podcast. Like, it's good to brush up on stuff. It's good to go back, read a quick novel or watch a quick TV show, maybe 4 or 5 episodes, you know, get the juices flowing. I wish I would have watched some X-Men stuff before coming into this podcast today. So I think the people that will catch fatigue more, I think the comic book elitists are the ones getting to the fatigue now. Like, oh my God, here we go. Another Marvel plug and play formula where hero, conflict, finds himself, villain, deleted post-credit scenes. I think the comic book elitists will get. And another thing, you have to understand where they're coming from. motherfuckers who would get picked on in school for having these comics in their book bags. All of a sudden, people are like, hey, did you see the new Shang-Chi? And these motherfuckers like, motherfucker, I read Shang-Chi in the 90s. What the fuck you talking? I think they'll get the fatigue first. Yeah. Then you have sort of the people in the middle that get the fatigue first, then fatigue after that. But the newbies, I think the newbies get the fatigue way later because they're just catching up. They have a lot of shit to watch and shit.
Yeah, I actually wanted more.
I'm not an elitist by any stretch, but I see myself catching the fatigue.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, see myself.
You've been reading this shit forever, Cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be honest. I had a few comics. I read multiple comics, but like after a while, when they started coming out with like the graphic novels, the really intense, well-drawn shit, I completely faded away from all of that. And now I go back and try to catch some. But I think you guys been reading, current comics. You feel me? You guys will definitely get fatigued a lot quicker than the MCU.
Yeah, no,
when you do stuff like this,
see what I'm saying?
Yep,
absolutely correct. And by the way, I recommend all of these because it gets really gritty and dirty. And then this is what pretty much the Justice League movie was based on.
My man just pulled out Secret Wars.
See what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But
was that Mystique?
No.
I believe it was.
No, it's
okay.
Black Widow, Cap,
Wolverine, I saw the blue of Spider-Man. I was like, who the hell is that? Okay.
Fun fact. This is the greatest ever. Welcome back, Frank. Beautiful.
Son, you've been had that though, lad.
Yep.
I remember that from before.
This Nightwing, Fan Talents. I recommend these two, by the way. But do yourself a favor. If you want to get reintroduced to the Punisher right, this is the one. This is where he goes, yo, I was in heaven, whatever, love. Then he comes back down and goes, now I'm here to murder people again. I'm telling you 100%.
I brought my gun with me.
It's funny when you speak of that fatigue thing, right? I think to myself, I thought it was going to happen with the shows, right? Right away. I was like, oh, shit. Show. But meanwhile, I'm like, fuck, I wish Loki sucked.
I
wish it sucked, but it didn't. Yeah. I was WandaVision. All the episodes were bad. It wasn't. And then, of course, Winter Soldier, that's my wheelhouse, So I was like, I know I'm going to love that. But I completely, absolutely blame all the directors for Loki being so good. I should be fatigued right now. But I'm dying to see Hawkeye because it has that Die Hard vibe.
Yes.
It does.
Crazy.
Yes.
Who's the Die Hard vibe? How are you doing that? How is Hawkeye the Die Hard guy all of a sudden?
I caught a like a Lethal Weapon vibe.
Yes, early action comedy. That's what I felt from Hawkeye. And then it's kind of buddy cop-ish. He's just with his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like and I'll let you go right now. So you are 100% correct. Loki was too good. Loki was I know these shows brought in the Phase 5, but Loki was the one that reached the most audiences, and that's the one that really has people like, okay, I'm ready to be a geek now. Let me start Googling shit. Who are the?
That was me.
What? Yeah,
the Lokis.
Loki did that to everybody, bro. It's crazy.
Loki alligator.
No, but I think was dope. I think the only way that people like us would get fatigued is when they start doing the reboot shit. When they start doing the retcon, the fucking. All right, we're gonna reboot the whole Avengers, and now Captain America's Hydra or Sam's dead. What if there was no snap?
What's this though?
Yeah, no, but it's like that happened in the comics. You know what I'm saying? The New 52 for DC, they changed everyone's origin stories, and they restarted everybody in the comics for DC. When they do that in the movies, then they're like, all right, that's not my Captain America. That's not my. Nah, I'm sorry. My man is not from Saskatchewan. He's from fucking Queens. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, bro. You
don't like the Black Cop?
No. This runs congruent with the actual comic book.
But that's what
the moniker of Captain America goes to Sam and to Bucky and to a bunch of other people. But what I'm talking about is when they go, the Celestials go, everyone in existence is dead, and we restart existence, and now Captain America doesn't have a super soldier serum. He's the fucking Hulk, from Kansas, and Falcon doesn't fly shit. He's a tank monger, and the fucking Hulk is purple, and he can't fucking walk. It's like, all right, nope, I tapped out. You just fucked up everything that I ever learned.
Which is kind of what they do. They do that in comic books, man. They retcon a lot of shit. They rewrite stories. Some of these movies that you're seeing now are grabbing material from rewritten origins.
Yeah,
a lot of these movies do that. Like the Eternals that just came out, they are working off of the rewrites, the retcons and the redos from the early 90s, late 90s, 2000s. But the Eternals date back to way back in the day. So, like, I think the way to stop the fatigue is what we were talking about now. It's just branch off into these different groups. Like, and the new hot group right now, or the new hot group that they're alluding to, are the Midnight Suns, which is all of that vampire mysticism. Like, MCU is going underworld. I've been saying it for a while now. MCU is going underworld. You got Blade there. You got fucking Moon Knight there. You got Morbius is on the other side.
Yeah, and
you got Ghost Rider.
They technically did a Dracula movie.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, the mysticism is coming. We're gonna have the ground teams. We're gonna have the space teams, and we're gonna have the dudes in the back. Like, tell me you don't see a part in Blade where Blade is talking to some regular MCU. Like, while you guys were doodling up in space, I was taking care of what you don't see. I already see that line happening.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I've been killing vampires.
What up, Kenny?
What up, Ken? I've been killing vampires forever while you guys been up in space dealing with Thanos. You don't even know. That snap didn't do nothing in my world. I already see that happening. So,
I still had Dracula to fight.
I still have mad vampires to fight. You ain't do nothing over here.
You was just a bunch of motherfuckers trying to ice skate uphill.
That's what is gonna happen. So we're really gonna break it down. I think it might get to a point where you might just fuck with the mysticism team. You know what I mean? You might fuck with just the ground team. You might fuck with just the space team. They're talking about how Eternals is leading to Namor now. Like, bro.
No, yeah, I saw that.
I try not to get too into the theories because often these theories are wrong. But these guys read so much comics that they get them shits right sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good to watch. So, like, stick to your guns. If you're worried about MCU fatigue, stick to your guns and then maybe just read and watch post credits.
Two things. One, the call up, that's Kenny that set up the Friendsgiving. And two,
great idea, man.
Yo, not for nothing, Kaz. You're right, because when we watched the new Star Wars trilogy, and when Rey picked up the lightsaber and started fighting with it, they were instantly like, yo, she has to be the granddaughter of this dude, a Palpatine, because the way she was using the stabbing motion. Palpatine's the only one that fights in that way. I saw countless of videos of that. Like, yo, because the way she fought with the lightsaber, she's his daughter. And then, boom, she's the granddaughter of Palpatine. And I'm sitting like, yo, I'm sorry, but the fact that you motherfuckers know the fights, like the style of lightsaber fights, yo, I cannot be in this world. Y'all a bunch of motherfuckers trying to ice skate uphill right now. Like, really.
So, let me tell you how deep this goes, right? I watched something called the Movie Trivia Schmodown.
Yeah.
It is literally, for those who don't know, it is literally a movie trivia competition show that's part sports, because it's team-based, and part wrestling, because they cut promos on each other. People have weird characters that they do. And they have an entire division just for Star Wars alone. And there's something on the convention circuit called Dragon Con. It's just Star Wars alone. And these motherfuckers take it serious, and they ask questions that even now I've seen every single thing that Star Wars has ever put out, and even I'm sitting here like, wait, what the fuck you want me to answer? I don't even know what the fuck that is. Like, they get serious, they get deep.
Yo, and there be times I watch him watch it, and he'll get like one question wrong. He's like, "Fuck, I knew that one." And I'm like, "Yo, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck they just asked."
Real quick, by the way, we hit double-digit viewers for a little bit. Everybody, thank you for showing up. We appreciate y'all. What's up?
We mentioned Star Wars.
Hit that like, subscribe, and go fuck yourself.
There you go. Go fuck yourself. Do us the favor.
I think the like, subscribe, and fuck yourself is fun. I think it's funny. I think people will appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I think people will hit that like button, son.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
But going back to it, first of all, don't be upset at me. Like, I've only watched episodes 4, 5, and 6.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, like people hear me talk the way that I talk about all this nerdy shit, and then I tell them that I never really did the Star Wars shit, and they're like appalled. Now, my dad, he was never the spacey action sci-fi kind of guy. My dad was action, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and I'm not saying that everyone got put onto Star Wars by their mom or their dad. I'm not saying that, but on average, it was your dad that was like, "Yo, look," or the uncle, exactly, or look at this crazy thing. Pops it into the cassette, the VCR, and you're like, "Whoa!" So like, my dad was always action. My dad is Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis. You want to talk about that? We can talk about that. But he never did Star Wars or Star Trek. I was forced to watch. Forced, no pun intended. I was forced to watch Star Wars, and I did 4, 5, and 6. And one day I'm gonna do 1, 2, and 3.
Yo,
but don't do 1, 2, and 3.
Do not feel ashamed. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I am running a campaign that in a couple of weeks I have my finale. I'm about to do one with these two gentlemen. For me, they're down here. I don't know where they are.
Wait. We're gonna do D&D, and I'm not invited.
Hell no! You only do comic.
You in? You want in? Come in.
You got the dice.
I've been dying to do D&D. I will buy whatever I need to buy to do D&D.
That was your first rule.
I will stay in fucking character the entire time. I'm dying to do D&D.
Here's the thing. I'm into all that shit, right? I have not watched, and I do not watch The Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones.
What?
So the fact that you don't watch Star Wars, don't worry about it.
Game of Thrones, I excuse you, but Lord of the Rings, that's shocking,
bro.
That's shocking.
I even watched Lord of the Rings.
Especially you being a dungeon master, that is shocking. But whatever,
that's supposed to go hand in hand, right?
Yeah, Dungeon Masters and Lord of the Rings are like.
Yo, we watched the first Lord of the Rings, and I don't think that shit ever ended. There'll be plenty of times that shit faded to black and then opened up another scene. I'm like, I gotta go to work. Like, what the fuck, son?
3 days later.
Yeah. It's like, we're in church. Yo, get this the fuck off my street.
Those are lengthy fucking films. But no, for real, if you guys got space on the D&D, I don't want to,
absolutely, bro.
If you guys got space,
it's just Cap's a guy that he pretty much blessed all our characters. Like,
yeah, he's the dungeon master. I will respect. Yeah. I will not disagree. I will follow everything you say. This is not where I disagree or go against the grain. Like, I would, whatever you say, I will be. I've always wanted to try D&D.
I don't want to get too much into it here because I don't want to take up too much time with shit that people might not care about. But after
everyone cares about what you have to say.
Huh?
Absolutely.
Everyone cares about what you have to say. That's why they're here.
No. After the stream or whatever, I'll put you on to what the general idea is.
Yep.
Well, no, or we could watch too. Like, I don't want to come in mid campaign because then you gotta like.
No.
Oh, we haven't started.
We haven't started. I just got my dice.
No, we haven't started anything yet.
So who's in this?
So here's the story, right? The story is gonna be this. This is what I had before. Tags, Lay, and Show were gonna get transported as themselves into this world, and I'm not gonna tell them. Well, I guess I could tell them a little.
You don't gotta say too much, yeah. You don't say too much.
The story was they were gonna have to save me and you, because obviously I can't be there because I'm the
okay, gotcha.
And at the time, you know, at the time it was we just came up with it, so you would have been there, but But if you want to play, that's cool.
We can save Krills or Kenny or somebody.
Yeah.
Listen,
And they're going in as themselves. It's based off of D&D, but I'm really making a homebrew tabletop game for this one shot.
That's the great thing about D&D. You can make your own fucking rules all the time.
And
I just want to, I would love to be myself in an RPG party, and I got to roll to see if my attack is going to hit. Let me know, son. I've been dying to play D&D. So I watch a video game podcast. They're called the Easy Allies. I've been watching them. They used to be game trailers back in the day. And when they were game trailers, they were owned by Viacom. And need I say more? Viacom wants the clicks. So their little D&D show people weren't watching it. So then they became the Easy Allies. And when the Easy Allies, they started a Patreon. Patreon, motherfuckers is paying you to do what you do. So they went into the craziest D&D campaign ever. That shit lasted like 6 months. Until everybody had two of them had a rough death. Two of them made it out. One person had to be reintroduced because the death was kind of a little unfair. Bro, I'm always down for D&D, bro.
So I watch Critical Role, which now is like the top tier. Their campaigns last years.
Yeah.
They just started up a new one.
I watch a fantasy football podcast, the Fantasy Football Focus. And there's this guy on there, Daniel something, long beard. He loves the Critical Role guys, and he's been trying to get on their show for a minute. Yeah, I've heard about Critical Role. I'll watch them too. But yeah, I'm super down for that. Sorry, I know we veered off.
Hey, none.
I've been dying to play some D&D.
And
bro.
this is how the X-Men inspired us to be this way.
Yeah, we're making our own team, bro.
Word.
No. I had two things to say about that. A whole question you have for me. For us rookies, we really enjoyed. I don't think it's too much because every show I saw, the only show that I said they could have done without is WandaVision. I hate that show. That shit was garbage. Even at the end when the color, she was keeping the world hostage. Yay for her vision. I'm like,
it's a little town in New Jersey. Yeah. I always picture Elizabeth, New Jersey, for some reason. I always picture it to be Elizabeth. Yeah.
She,
every
show gave me something. Loki at the beginning. I remember as soon as I saw it, I texted you. I was just excited. I was like, yo, they involved the Avengers in the beginning of this shit. This starts in the Avengers, so we are able to put it together. This is basically my comic books. I hate reading.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I'm with you.
It's nice to see the movies.
I hear you. Yes, this is the comics without reading. That's literally what it is, though. You make a great point.
Yeah. And second point I was gonna ask you guys: do you want them to do the same thing with X-Men? Like, do you want them to break it down into characters like they did with MCU, which is Avengers, and then
so maybe not right away, because remember, we had the MCU for years before we got these shows. And the thing about these shows is that they focus on low-level characters. I mean, I guess they had to. Stark is dead. Cap is hitting the skins.
He's on the moon.
Hulk is out there somewhere. Thor is up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, which a Guardians show would be pretty dope if you ask me. But they would have to do their whole X-Men maybe trilogy or whatnot and connect them to the MCU however they're planning to do that, maybe through Fantastic Four or whatever it is. And then 10 years after that, after that 10 years, in a year after that, maybe do some shows. But I mean, it's crazy because the MCU, they opened up the multiverse and now they could literally do whatever they want. It's crazy how they got here. It's crazy how they worked it in. And it hasn't always been great. And we could do a 6-hour podcast picking apart what we don't like about the MCU. We do that easy. But, man, what these guys have been able to do is just, they could really, it's plug and play now. And they've always been great with the casting. Because even Eternals, you look at Eternals and, people have their feelings, but that's a bombshell cast right there, bro. There's some heavy hitters on that shit. You know what I mean? So they're always going to have that. And
And
it's just exciting.
Despite the holes in the plot for the movie, that movie was good. It was well written, and they had plenty of action, plenty of characters you could connect to.
Well visualized.
Yeah,
too,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
she does those real open fields, and
and think about it, show. X-Men always started out with this was Professor X's team. And then you got into like these people came in here and there, and they explained the new people that came in, and you learned X-Men's Professor X's team through them doing shit. We know off the bat Cyclops is the leader, Storm is second in command. Then we find out Storm is the queen of Africa. She has a little village that she left. Rogue has these powers, and then eventually we find out she touches Captain Marvel, and then the powers stayed with her. Gambit is just a slick dude. Their characters are deep, but they're not deep enough. Or they're not so deep that they need a whole movie to explain. You can literally figure these guys out through their actions. And Eternals kind of showed that. Where we already saw that the speedster and the guy who took over the mines, they were more than just brother sister type. They had love for each other. We saw that this dude was fascinated with homegirls showing all the movie, so he did the movies. And we saw that Salma Hayek was the mother of them. You know what I'm saying? And this one is like the nurture, whatever the case may be. They didn't have to say it. They showed it, and we get it. So
they did a great job at doing that, by the way.
So the only thing they really have to explain in the X-Men are the bad guys. And I'm not talking about Juggernaut. I'm talking about the Omega bad guys, like fucking Omega Red, Apocalypse, Sinister. Those people, you could do that throughout movies. You can always do that the same way the MCU did it with Thanos. You know what I'm saying? And that's where they'd be like, all right, we know Apocalypse is that bad motherfucker. How are they gonna beat him? Because
which would be imagine like a X-Men like villains TV show. Fucking just going out there, just following Omega Red around.
Word. Because if you think about it, John Wick started out, this guy was a retired assassin. And based off of what everyone else said about him in the movie, we don't need a prequel. If they made a John Wick prequel, I would not watch it. Because for what? To watch him kill people. Yeah. So we can get that in 10 minutes with these fucking characters.
So maybe you don't do so. Maybe that was one of the things that was so successful about these Marvel shows. They weren't origins. They just went straight the fuck on after the snap and everything that happened. Well, Loki was a little different because while they were figuring out the snap, he grabs the Tesseract and he heads back. So that's why it was so fun because like we didn't need 3 episodes of origin. Which is weird because Wanda kind of does that. She has like her own origin for that TV show, which was weird. But again, I enjoyed it. But we just went after the snap. Like it's just like you mentioned how Loki mentioned the MCU. He's like, yo, what the hell you guys mad at me for? Captain, the Avengers were bouncing around all over the place with the Infinity Stones. What the hell are you doing to me? So I think that was fun. Everything busted wide open after the snap, yo. Like it really did. I thought phase 3 was gonna finish and we were done. No,
yeah. And to go back to the comic book, I mean the cartoon, in the first episode show, if you watch the cartoon, it's on Disney Plus. Jubilee asks Beast, how were mutants made? How did we get our thing? And he gave an example of gamma radiation, but the answer was basically, who gives a shit? We're mutants. Enjoy the fucking show. Enjoy the fucking show. There's mutants. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The best answer to that,
like a 5-minute, and here's the beginning of life. And
the best answer of how did they become mutants? Motherfucker, it's a mutant movie. There's mutants here. Fuck yourself. Watch the shit and be happy.
That's the difference. This is where I differ. I would want. Like, I understand that Spider-Man became a spider when he got bit in school. I want to see that in the movie. Like, I don't want you to say this is a spider guy. He has webs. He swings for buildings. Take it as it is. Fuck y'all.
I know. You're muted again, I think.
He's mouthing.
Saying he's a spider now, but not saying I'm like spider now.
He has webs.
I'm trying to say
he's
it,
a spider.
but not say it. But I get it. You know what I mean?
Mad people hit me up on the side like, yo, that guy's show is hilarious.
Yeah.
That show was mad funny, my man. But
Yo.
The blind line is the best one.
I'm kind of with you too, man. Like, and I've said it countless times on the show. I love a good origin story, man. Like, give me some origins. And it's funny because Eternals, I wouldn't call it an origin story per se. It was a first of its kind, but they really didn't deal much. I mean, they were just kind of created. We saw them. We didn't see them originate. We saw them doing their mission. That's not originating. That's not origin. They were going through the certain times as they were doing their mission. So I do appreciate that, but I also do like to see a good origin. I love the backstory. Like me, I know there's people in that watch movies that is like, yo, I want nothing but action. Give me John Wick, barely any story, 45-hour action set pieces, and that's great. But
Sounds like late.
What up, Blue Cheese?
I like that. Sounds like Krills. Krills loves that.
Yeah.
Shit. Krills likes an hour and 30 minutes of movie, nothing to do with love, and maybe like 10 minutes of like dialogue and exposition.
Don't let the movie drag for 5 minutes, or he's gonna hate it.
You cannot drag for a couple minutes. Krills is already like, this is dragging. Yeah, like
checked out. I'm checked out.
But I understand that. But me personally, I like the story. I like to see the build up. Yo, Iron Man 1, it's like a 30-minute in between of him creating the suit. It's like 30 minutes. It's a long scene. And I loved it. I would rather that than just having him flying around aimlessly without him understanding. Batman Begins. I go back and forth between Batman Begins and Dark Knight, and I'll let you go. I love Dark Knight, but I mean, Dark Knight has the Joker. I wrestle back and forth. Sometimes I like Batman Begins because we get to see him become the Bat, you know?
Well, the thing is, like, you're talking about a singular character, which we need to see him. We need to connect with this one character.
100%.
When there's a whole team of them, it's like, all right, show us why you're the X-Men.
Yes, you can't show us all of their origins in one movie.
Yeah. And plus,
that'll be a draggy movie.
Yeah, this is also a race of people. So you're better off explaining the race of mutants within the X-Men. And now it's like, all right, we accept this is what it is. This is the FBI. No one explained the origin of the FBI. Every time they show up, they just wave the badge, and now we got jurisdiction. This is the X-Men. They're mutants. They're fighting other mutants, and they're trying to be the Martin Luther King in the civil rights movement, or whatever you want to say it now. You know, they're trying to be the Dave Chappelle of the cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to say. But like there's 18 people in the X-Men right now, 42 different X teams, 7 gods, and Magneto. I don't explain it to me.
No,
I got a question.
Let's see. You know what's funny? You know what's funny though? The creators couldn't explain it. Like, they just made the X-Men without any origin. They were like, yo, so all of these other superheroes that we're doing, you know, they get bit, you know, they go through gamma radiation. They all have something to get their powers. The X-Men, they just did it. Stan and them, they just did it. So there really is no origin for the X-Men. They just drew them and gave them all weird powers and then made it work.
Everyone loved them, yeah.
There's a funny story where they asked Stanley about the making of X-Men, and he was like,
I was bored. I was lazy.
No, well, something like that. He was like, oh, I've come up with he's like, there's only but so many ways you can give somebody powers. So I just looked at my editor and was like, what if they're just born with it?
Yeah, but they just
we don't have to explain how they got it. He's born with it, and he can just do it naturally.
Yeah,
that's what
so it's funny that you picked up on that, Tags, because that's kind of like how the X-Men were created. It was just like, I think Stan Lee did. I said it like, yo, I was really lazy on the X-Men, but we knew we had a good idea. Fuck it, they just got powers. We don't need to see the dark alley. We don't need to see it. Which did not give them powers, but you know.
To go back to Star Wars,
I do love a good origin. Though.
No, I hear you personally. But to go back to Star Wars, everyone, the Force. Everybody had their own thing. In episode 1, 2, or 3, they talked about midichlorians, and everyone hated that shit.
Yeah,
it was like, all right, So we didn't need to explain how they got the Force. They just got the fucking Force. He's choking motherfuckers 15 feet away from him. Be happy with it.
So
That's
like it's one of those things. I do sales, and you hear this term all the time. Don't talk yourself out of a sale.
Yep.
So less is more. So in that situation with Star Wars, bro, everybody fucks with the Force. We don't need the origin for it. Now that you did put the origin in it, something we didn't even ask for. Now that you did put it, you shot yourself in the foot. You talk too much. You didn't even have to do it. Now, granted, I never really got into Star Wars. Again, I've only seen 4, 5, and 6, which I think were pretty badass movies. I did enjoy all of them. 6 was a little like lengthy. It was lengthy. Maybe I started like blanking out. I should watch it again. But I did enjoy them. I just haven't gone on to the rest of them.
No, you know what it is when you introduce a concept, you introduce it in its most simplest form. And if people grasp it, they accept it. It's simple. I get what you're putting down. We can move forward. When you go back and try to add on and expand on it, you run the risk of now contradicting the one thing you had originally. That's where the plot holes
start.
Yeah, the Force was just something in nature that you can attune to. Now all of a sudden it was metachlorians that only specific people had a specific number that like you didn't need to do all that shit, because just having something that you can attune to, A, everybody bought it. B, it left the option open for somebody who's like, oh, I can train to attune to the Force and become a Jedi. Not something now where like if you make a Jedi character, you now have to put your metachlorian count.
Yeah.
You have to put some shit where it's like it's so fucking stupid and convoluted. Just could have just left it simple and opened the world up to a million possibilities.
And it lets the viewer make up his mind as well, or her mind on the situation too. I've heard the Force be explained, scientifically, spiritually. I love when people start referencing the Force to like spirituality and faith and all of that shit. Like damn, you really did that. There's that episode in the Cleveland show where I watched Cleveland for a little bit. Where the little kid, little chubby kid, he doesn't believe in God. So they try to compare God to like the Force. It's like, it's not something you need to know. It's just something there that's going to help you through your dark times. And then at the end of the episode, someone sneezes and he goes, God bless you. And it just stops. It was probably one of the better Cleveland episodes. But yeah, it left that, like you said, like that ambiguity, like it could let the viewer decide where the Force comes from. And it's funny because I say it all the time, I'm not into Star Wars, but you don't got to be into Star Wars to understand the Force. Everybody knows what the Force is. My mom knows what the Force is. So when you start putting too much things into the jambalaya, it messes up.
That's the thing I think Hollywood forgets sometimes. Is when you're doing effective storytelling, you have to leave enough room for the audience to interpret certain information on themselves. Mm-hmm. That way they have a way to connect to what you're saying. Like with the X-Men, everybody has a different reason why they love the X-Men. And it's not just, oh, they're mutants, they're heroes. Everybody connects with some part of the X-Men that really has nothing to do with the fact that they got powers, and that's why people love it so much. Yeah, and it's because they left it open. They didn't try to go too much into some weird explanation or some stupid shit. They just let people connect to it, and now there's droves of people around the world that if you mention X-Men, they know who you talk about, what you talk about. They can tell you who their favorite is. They know the theme song. They know the cartoon. They know the movies.
Great theme song.
Word.
I'm again gonna disagree with what Toe says. You said there's 18 characters. Hey, we got Ant-Man, we got T'Challa, we had Captain America, we had his side Borg ant flying thing movie. We had Loki. We had Thor. We had Hulk. We had Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. You want me to keep going? That's a lot of people.
In terms of the origin stories, you mean?
Yeah, like everybody got their own little play movie. Everybody I just mentioned got their own movie.
Yeah, but the X-Men aren't built up of individual heroes that come together to get a.
Okay,
they're a SWAT team.
The Avengers became a team. The X-Men just kind of started out as a team. Like so, first episode of that cartoon, first episode of that the comic, they're just a group. Like the Avengers weren't the first thing to drop. You know, there was Iron Man first, there was Cap first, and things like that. But
sure, an easy way to explain it to you is quite literally the X-Men come from a school. So you wouldn't need an origin of each individual person. You would just need to know the school. And who the students in the school are.
Professor X.
Gotcha. Yeah, who the teachers and the students are. A little explanation about that. And then you can get going on the Scooby-Doo mysteries.
And think about this show. When you watch Dangerous Minds, that movie that about the classroom, they didn't have an origin story for anybody, but you knew who they were and you knew what they were about, what they lived in.
Just looking at them.
Yeah. Like the X-Men is like a SWAT team that they send to go deal with other mutants that are causing havoc.
So you wouldn't want a Cyclops movie?
No. You know what? You know why? Because his origin.
Motherfucker want a movie.
To be honest with you, a lot of these people's origins, besides Wolverine, when they made it, has nothing to do with Professor X. Yeah. It has nothing to do with the actual school. Because
they ended up there because they're mutants who can go there to learn.
Because Cyclops literally has his powers and falls, and there was a plane crash. He hits his head, and now when he opens his eyes, he gets energy from another dimension to shoot out of his eyes. I don't know where he goes. Like everyone, and I know I hear you, but everyone that goes to Professor X is, I'm donating my child so this fucking guy cannot be killed by these people.
Weirdo cannot fucking zap us in our sleep.
It's literally
somebody. That's what it is, though.
It's literally during the fucking segregation era and the civil, slavery and all that. Oh shit! I gave birth to a black baby. Take care of this.
Yeah.
Take care of the baby. And then raise.
Cyclops' power is essentially Wong or like Doctor Strange in there going. And having these cosmic rays go in there and come out of his eyes. Trust me, Cyclops don't need a freaking origin story. But it's good, though, because the people that they do pick for some origin stories or the people that they give their own arcs to, it makes it even more special. Yeah. Because there isn't a bunch of shit. Like, Dark Phoenix is top tier in those comics and the cartoons. But they didn't do a Dark Phoenix for everyone. Like, we don't need to see Scott do that. We didn't need to know about Scott. Like, Wolverine is a great freaking origin to do, but you don't want to do it to anybody.
Wolverine's origin was, I'll let you to speak, Kat, but Wolverine's origin was important because he didn't have an origin. It made one up. He was just made to fight the Hulk, and then they added him to the X-Men because people loved him. And then they say, so how did he get his powers? Shit, he was on this team. Yeah, they experimented on him and blah 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 blah. He's like he's like the Joker. He popped up, and those the two most compelling characters, the Joker and Wolverine. They have no origin story. They just popped up.
These are some of the best ones.
Yeah, but go ahead, Cap.
No, I was just gonna say, you said you needed an origin for everything. Okay, you basically know what the X-Men are because you've seen the movies, correct?
Correct.
All right. How confused are you gonna be when Cyclops' father is a space pirate and his mom does something else and they don't have powers and he has two other brothers, one that nobody ever speaks about and a younger brother who's been in the original movies who's older than him but it's really his younger brother? How confused are you going to be when that origin comes out and it's got nothing to do with the fucking X-Men? You're going to be more confused than you were watching Suicide Squad.
You know what's crazy? You made it mad interesting. All that shit you said, his cousin was his baby mama's uncle's. I see. I'm thinking about all this shit now. Damn. Like, who's who?
And that's
I want you to
fucking
realize
Cyclops.
His father is a space pirate. His son has a metal arm and can teleport, and he's the fucking loser of the family. How are
that
you
would be a great movie.
If your father's a space, your father's a space pirate. How are you uncool?
Yeah,
That make no sense. Your son is cooler than you.
You could work that shit into the movie.
yeah, and
No, you shouldn't do that. No, but they're right. Cyclops should never have an origin story. That's just going to be boring as fuck.
there's a lot of characters.
Because you don't know about the father until afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of characters that have interesting backstories, but not interesting enough to create a movie. Like Juggernaut, he's magic. He's not a mutant. He gets his powers from magic, and that helmet stops any psychic from going into his brain. Like that's what he is. Now that's cool, but that's not cool enough to be an origin story.
So maybe they could make a little of origin of all of them in one movie. I don't know if that makes sense.
That's just the X-Men.
Yeah,
that's just the X-Men, though. Then, yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying, like, you don't really like. Honestly, Usain Bolt, you don't need an origin story for him. He grew up as a kid and he was fast, and then he became old enough to be in the Olympics, and we found out he was the fastest person in the world. It's not interesting unless they fucking did experiments on him, and then you can explain that for 3 hours that this motherfucker has bionic legs and he has nanomites in his blood that makes him run faster. I don't know what to tell you. And he fought fucking Omega Red in the fucking Cold War or some shit. Then show me that origin story.
Dark Phoenix. That's his own Dark Phoenix.
You know what I'm saying? Show me that origin story. But until then, that's not.
But conversely, if there was a movie where he and another runner hated each other, and they like you saying almost lost to that dude, that movie about that one thing would be good. So we could watch the X-Men have their movie without worrying about all the shit that happened before that movie took place.
Correct.
And again, we're not saying that origins are bad. We're just saying that you have to know who to
when
do
they
the
make
origins
sense.
for,
Yeah.
And you have to know when you've done the origin too much. Cough that, man. And then you know when you need
You said Puff Daddy?
Something.
Batman.
Puff Daddy remix. This is the remix.
Yo, but
money.
Yeah, but then think about it. Show the TV show with Nightwing and what was that? Young Justice.
Young Justice.
Yeah, that TV show.
Titans?
Yeah, the Titans. That TV show. When you first watch it, like, who the fuck are all these people? You don't need an origin story, but you go, oh, this guy was Robin and now he's Nightwing. There's literally 20 different Batman movies, and none of them explain that Robin lived past the first year that Batman Batman existed.
That's so whack. That is really whack.
You know, like Batman, like Robin only actually existed in what, 2 movies out of the 20 of them?
Something like that, yeah. 3.
So just drop a Nightwing out of nowhere, bro. It just fucking starts with Bruce dead. You see Robin at his grave. It just starts like that. We don't see none of the parents. We don't see the alley. We don't see nothing. You just see him there. All right, Bruce, I'm gonna go make you proud. Do a little cross, and then it's just fucking Nightwing.
There you go.
Sick, bro.
And one joke that goes, I heard Bruce Wayne got killed in an alley. That's it.
No, well,
the one joke.
Just one.
Just
the one.
Yeah, that's it.
Just one thing, and then man, yo, they gotta start listening to this podcast because we're
for
dropping
real
gems over here.
We're
dropping gems.
1-800-FACTS.
We gave you guys 4 different ways to start the X-Men show.
Yep.
We just gave you what can possibly be the best DC movie of all time.
Yep.
People gotta start listening up.
Which Robin would you want? Would you want the? Well, you said Black Knight.
We want Dick Grayson.
I'm guessing that's
we want Nightwing.
Not the yellow and green suit with the yellow goggles.
It's him. Well, a lot of people wore that suit too, but who Dick Grayson turns out to be after Batman, Nightwing, with the black with the blue. If you want to do a little red, that's fine, but you need to do the blue.
No, yeah, do the blue first at least.
I gotta see the disco high collar and the deep.
Maybe he can. Maybe while they're making his suit, he like comes out with it. Yeah, he comes out with it,
Nice.
and like his like partner, his like human element tag team will be like, no, take off the yellow, and then boom, then we have it.
You know what I would like? I would like if it was like a PG-13 movie, and they, you can only do one F word.
One
and
F
as he's trying to get his look, somebody comes out with that, and he's just like, "Fuck no."
Yeah, or that. Yes.
Wow.
Kind of like Luke Cage when he sees himself. He goes, "Sweet Christmas, I look like an idiot."
Yeah.
Which is the original gear. He goes, "No, I don't like this." I'm with that.
Yeah, so like, because in PG-13 movies, you can say shit all you want, but
For
you get
real?
one F-bomb.
That's facts.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't OD, you can't shit, but you could get away with multiple shits, ass, whatever.
One fuck.
One F-bomb.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah,
I just learned something new.
Yeah.
You get one fuck, you better make it good. Fuck.
Or it could be one of those where he's training somebody and like Batman never did this. Fuck Batman. You know?
Yeah, like he did in Titans.
There you go. And they mean it. And then you have like a Bane that's from Spain. What? Oh man, we just.
Can you imagine? Well, I mean, Spain. He's from a fictional Hispanic place, but fuck it, let's call it Spain. Let's call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is. By the way, I looked up the fuck thing just because I'm interested in it. You can say in a PG-13 movie, you can say fuck once as long as it's not in a sexual context. So you can't say, "Oh, I want to fuck you so bad," but you can say, "Yo, fuck off" or "fuck you." That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and fun fact, Wolverine said it in Days of Futures Past, I believe. Or
X-Men First Class.
X-Men First Class. When Magneto and Professor X went to recruit their team, he said, "Fuck off."
Best scene in that movie.
And that's another thing, show. That's another thing. In the original X-Men, Cyclops was there. And in the X-Men First Class, Cyclops nowhere to be seen, but his younger brother's there. This is what Cap was saying. You do your origin, you're gonna fuck it up. Give us who we want. Give us the X-Men. Don't give us mutants.
Give us who we want.
Yeah, don't give us mutants around with Professor X. No. Mystique is a villain. She's not the fucking main character of every goddamn movie. I get it. She's blue. She's hot. Fine. But no.
That's why it worked. That's why it works for the MCU, because they had their separate origin stories as their base movies, and then they got together. Now, when you do it in the backwards, if you do it backwards where you start off with this group of 5 and they're already going, and then you start trying to go back and stuff, it's a little weird. I still did like Days of Future Past. I know there's weird plot holes. I know, but I like Days of Future Past. It was fun. I like it.
It was okay, but I mean, it was just one of those things. It's like, yo, we haven't got a real X-Men. When we get a Marvel X-Men movie, it's like, all right,
MCU X-Men.
Yeah,
I think MCU X-Men is gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be our first X-Men movie.
I hope it's coming soon. Like, I know they mentioned Fantastic Four the other day, but shit, yo, I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen with X-Men MCU. I think when shit is like it's gonna be like Phase 6. It's definitely not gonna be. I don't think it'll be Phase 5. Maybe end of Phase 5. Maybe end Phase 5.
I think we're like a good 5 years away.
Yeah, we're a long time away from X-Men, bro.
That's a lot of money.
We're gonna be in our 40s watching X-Men, bro. Like fucking the full circle of life, kid. Like I will be 45 years old, watching X-Men in the morning, eating cereal.
With your kid.
I did it before. Yeah, 45 isn't that far.
Yeah, with your grandkid and all that shit.
Damn, so it's 10 years from now, fool.
So these kids mature, bro. They mature.
They don't need my son is 9. In 10 years, he's 19. It can happen.
This is true.
It's possible.
I gotta make sure that no. He's gonna work on baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
women weaken legs, Rocky. Women weaken legs.
Yo, for real. I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, I understand. Look, the good thing about having a kid at the age now is that, like, I feel like 19, even though time-wise it was a long time ago, I feel like that shit was just the other day. So I'm gonna be like, son, listen to me.
I can still fuck you up.
Like, bro, fucking around with loose ass women and wanting to be in the club and having fun and being the center of attention is cool for the time. You're gonna get to my age and you're gonna keep asking what if. So you focus on college, you focus on baseball, and once you get out of college with your degree, you go and do whatever you'd like, sir.
No. Like. Get your career,
first.
get your career, and then
first,
you can purchase whichever one you want. Just have them sign a, just have her sign a contract. The baby's yours if you ugly.
Because I had people telling me the right things when I was younger, but the people closest to me were saying totally different things. So I had people saying, "Yo, don't even go to college, bro. Just all of you guys should be different type of police. You should be on the ground. You should be a detective. You should be a firefighter. You should be this and just own the streets." I remember thinking like, that's not a bad idea. And then looking back, I'm like, it's not the worst idea, but maybe just go to school. That could have been good advice, you know?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to tell him, don't
follow your passions because women weaken legs.
You women weaken legs, bro.
Yeah, for real. You know what's crazy? Hold up, real quick.
Your legs weak.
Microsoft, what's his name?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates and another rich motherfucker. The two richest men in the world. There's a thing that said, Bezos. They said they couldn't keep their wives. They're pieces of shit because they cheated and all that. And no one ever thought maybe these women were making them happy. You know what I mean? My man is pulling in $60 million a month. He has to now make you happy. Like, it's not like you cheated on him. He didn't neglect you. He probably hit you up like, yo, what you wearing right now? Yeah. All right, what you wearing right now? I got jeans and I got khakis. I got khakis on. All right, cool. Let's go do this. You feel me? Like,
I got enough money to buy me a girlfriend a day. Bro.
You feel me? Like, yo, here's the thing. Like, why is this? This is why I say women weaken legs. Get your money so that way you make them sign that agreement. Mm-hmm. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Like, straight out. Hold on. Let me simplify this for you.
You get nothing. You lose.
Yo, that's
Good
love.
Day, sir.
Yeah.
After 60 million, and I gotta still stick with this old high. I make 60 million a day. I can buy myself a Chinese 19-year-old every day. I got this old hag. Nah. I'm sorry to my wife. Damn.
This man just got married, son.
Listen, you better keep
But we're
up.
not rich, though. We're not rich.
Remember,
We not our normal.
He's speaking for Bill Gates. He's speaking for Bill Gates. He's not speaking for show. He's not speaking for show.
60 million a year.
A day.
A day. And I gotta, this bitch don't even suck my dick right.
Why do you always do it at the end of the show? We got 9 minutes, bro. We got 9 minutes.
You know what it is? It's the toe in the show of, it's just leaking out. The toe in the show always comes out every once in a while. Y'all
seen Bezos' wife the other day all up on Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, but he's the asshole. He's the asshole. I'm just saying. Yeah, no. He got out of town shooters. You pay them to leave. You got Leonardo DiCaprio. Fuck off. Fuck off.
From everybody. Like, you don't know this nigga.
Fucking bitch.
The bitches I'm fucking, they don't know.
You knew what was it. You know what it was like. You knew what it was like. You denied this motherfucking pussy in the beginning of the relationship and at the end of the relationship, but you want Leonardo DiCaprio. That's why he was getting a Chinese girl for a day.
A day.
$20.
19 years old. Fresh.
Yep. Straight out the bakery.
You can smell. You can smell the dough.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Kenny goes, what comic book is this?
At least you can say fresh out the hibachi or something.
Word, yeah.
Bakery can be universal, okay?
Word. Yeah.
We're not racist here. We're not racist here.
Kenny goes, what comic book is this? This is the comic book of life, Kenny. Comic book of life.
Apparently, we just turned it into Shang-Chi for a bit, so we can go off that. This is the comic book of life. Well, you know how we do the last 10 minutes. We're just fucking around laughing.
Hit him with the bangers at the end.
Yeah, but I feel you, show. I feel you.
Hey,
We
I
know.
mean, you gotta be a spectacular lady. Fucking Jennifer Lopez can't keep a guy for more than a year.
And that's because she's from the Bronx.
That's
And
her
she
problem.
got
That's
her own money.
problem. That's her problem.
Yeah.
She got her
Yo,
own money though. She probably got more money than Ben Affleck. Does she know? Maybe.
I don't know.
I
Nah,
think
I don't
so.
think
She
so.
might.
Could be
I don't
close.
think so.
Could be close.
Ben
Could be
Affleck is
close.
Batman. You can't beat Batman money.
Was
Batman. He did
No,
one.
no,
movie.
no.
Technically, he still is
Yeah, he's like when you're Batman, it's like the president.
because he's
The Batman.
coming. He's going to be in the other one now, in the Flashpoint one. So
Yeah.
he's still Batman.
But Keaton is also going to be there though.
No, yeah, but the point is, we got two Batmen. So
No.
She's a terrible singer.
You know me. I defend Ben Affleck till the cows come home. I thought he was an incredible Batman for the Batman that we're trying to depict, which is old, over it.
Yo, but
I'm done here.
he's the Batman I seen my whole life. A brolic motherfucker that don't take no shit from nobody.
and smooth with the ladies.
Yeah. Christian Bale was a skinny dude in a suit. I was like, all right, you know what? I get where you're going at. But my man was just as big as Superman in the in the cartoons and everything that I seen. He had 20-pack abs. He, he didn't fuck with these bitches that was wasting his time just for his money and all that other shit. We need that big motherfucker. You know?
See, I like Christian Bale. I don't know if it's the face with the mask.
Nah, it's his booty.
His bottom part of his face looked like Batman.
His
with
bottom,
the mask.
yo, Christian Bale's bottom face is the one that bothers me the fucking most.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, it's true. No. But look, so show there's a lot of people that disagree with me there. I really didn't like. So remember where he was like in the Dark Knight movies and shit. He's like, I can't turn, and then they gave him the suit without all of this. That it was just like neck and shoulders, and that it looked really weird. It was like real big and like thick here. You know who had a really good like Batman lower?
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer looked
Yo,
great.
Val Kilmer
Yeah,
had
he
a
did.
good like
He looked good with it, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
like he just had a good solid, people don't give Val Kilmer the props because he literally fills out the suit, not that piece of shit he had at the end. The Michael Keaton suit, he fills it out perfect. Like that part looks like the animated series part.
Yes.
Like it looks like it literally looks like you can take a punch.
Yeah, he
And
had
so
the Batman
Affleck,
suit.
but Christian Bale, I feel you, John, when I feel you with that neck thing, like,
With the
like
neck.
it became so skinny. I'm like,
Yeah,
you snap that neck with one hand.
Yeah, it looked very Arkham Knight-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so we got 4
I
minutes
still
left.
love Christian. I got love for Christian.
Nah, I feel you. We got 4 minutes left. Final thoughts, show. Go ahead.
Final thoughts. I love the X-Men, how they used to be. I guess since I didn't know there was no original story to it, I thought they came from the comic books, just like MCU, where they had their own stories and their whole comics. I wanted to see them separate in movies, but now that you guys broke it down to me that they're basically just a team, they didn't come from the comics. They didn't have an actual story.
Like they showed up to the comics.
They didn't have,
team.
they didn't have individual comics.
We're X-Men. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I understand where your guys are coming from, I understand. I still would like to see a little bit of it incorporated into the movie where they explain, okay, you didn't just get dropped off here at the stoop. Where the fuck did you come from? This is how I met here.
They'll do that for one or two characters to show like why they go to the Xavier School for the gifted.
Word.
Yeah.
We just found you outside.
Yeah.
You got dropped at the stoop.
Yeah.
I said, here you go. Fuck outta here.
The baby was acting weird.
Word.
We sent them to the fucking weird school.
That fucking eyes are glowing.
Word. Yo, Cap. Final thoughts, Cap.
Oh, me?
No, the other Cap.
The
one that's paying attention.
Yo, I checked out the minute the toe in the show started.
He only does that when he agrees wholeheartedly.
Yeah, okay. My final thoughts are I'm curious to see where this X-Men 97 goes. Even though I'm pretty confident this is what's going to happen, but I just want to throw it out there. If for some reason Disney listening to this, which they're not, but
No, they're listening. They better listen.
Let the creators do what they were doing, just like you did with the Clone Wars. It'll be all right. Don't worry about tying this into your fucking movies. We get it. We get it. Just fucking leave it. Tie it in later.
Do X-Men from the 90s.
Yep.
It's crazy. If I was a creator, I'll just sit around listening to podcasts like y'all's.
For real.
Write shit down.
For real. 100%.
They want this.
Word.
They don't like that.
Yeah.
Then it's my idea, boss.
Drop us a few dollars. The donation link is in the fucking description. I'll split it with these guys. Yo, fuck it. Yeah.
$100 in there. We just wrote 5 seasons for y'all.
There you go.
Show. 4 at least. Final thought for me. Days of Future Past is a good movie.
Days of Future Past.
Somebody mute him.
Word.
I'm not gonna say anything else.
All right, go ahead, Lay.
Listen, man, you literally had a successful thing going with that cartoon. Don't get cute. Don't get
cute.
creative. Don't give me your vision. Fuck that. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want you to take your
It says
liberties.
continue. It literally says continue.
It says a
on it.
continuation.
Yeah.
Don't get fucking cute.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
No, yeah. And my final thoughts is I'm excited as shit to see it, but to go off of Lay's thing with the don't get cute. Also, you can talk about problems nowadays, but remember this is the 90s. We had separate problems back in the 90s. So keep it to that shit and keep it to what you had originally, that core, and expand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give us other mutants and all different stories in the comics. That's beautiful. But don't change the ingredients to this cake. Keep it chocolate.
Cancel culture, stay away.
No, fuck them. Come to me and talk to me if you got a problem with this fucking show. I love kick you in your fucking nuts.
Keep it chocolate. I love that.
Keep that shit chocolate.
There's so much packed into that statement about the X-Men that goes perfect. Don't fuck around. Keep it chocolate. I love that.
That's it.
Don't mess up this cake.
That's right.
Don't mess up this cake.
Word.
Keep it chocolate. Get
That's
out
right.
of here with your strawberries and your no.
Yeah. That's right.
Keep it I love that. Yeah.
Word.
Chocolate was my favorite.
Word. Let DC fuck up their shit. All right, yo, guys. And on that note, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads.
We're not gonna say what we're doing tomorrow.
Sure.
Yes, we are.
Well, fuck it.
Tomorrow.
No.
Yo, all right. So for everybody that doesn't know, we do a movie podcast also, and show has the greatest reviews of movies we have ever heard.
No.
That you have ever heard.
He just
And
noped himself.
yeah, and so what we decided to do was become scientists. We're gonna become scientists for the day. Now, you may not know this, but we used to be doctors. I used to be a neuro doctor. Show used to be a brain doctor.
He literally works in the hospital.
Yeah, and we decided to get back and do what we're doing now. So we're gonna go back into the role of doctor, and we're gonna neurotransmit show into the movie and watch Malignant. I haven't seen it, but show hasn't seen it either. And if you watch the review of Malignant from Cap, it's on the show. It's on the channel. You can watch it. You guys haven't seen it. So we're going to see it for the first time, all of us, through the eyes of show tomorrow. And it's going to be fantastic.
I'll
How
be
does
around.
this work?
It's gonna be phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
We're gonna be on Discord.
No, we're going to do it right over here. I'm going to show you. I can show you my screen here. I can show you my screen on here. I'll show it every. We're not gonna show it on the screen or the volume on the screen, because then we'll get that email, and next thing you know, it's like, you guys are niggas, and we're gonna get kicked off of YouTube. We don't need that shit. Show Lignant will be tomorrow.
That's the best comment of the night. Show Lignant.
Yeah,
really
true,
Lignant.
for real.
That's really
Yeah, it's gonna be lit. That's right.
Show Lignant.
So for everybody that plans on writing the new X-Men movie and the new MCU movies, watch this fucking podcast. Everybody that doesn't like what we said, refer to step 10. Go fuck yourself. And on that note, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.
Like and subscribe and fuck off.
That's
Word,
it.
for the people that don't like us, they can like and subscribe too. And
Yeah,
then
for
go
real.
fuck themselves.
And then just go fuck
Yeah.
themselves.
The quickest
like
way
it.
to tell us that you don't like us is to like the shit and go fuck off.
It's because we're like doing selfish promo, but we're also saying if you don't do it, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
That's it, yeah.
Perfect. If you do, go fuck yourself as well.
Word.
Ever since we started saying that, we've been getting hella subscribers because they agree.
That's it.
Facts.
Yeah.
They know the facts.
Everyone wants to go fuck themselves every once in a while.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, and then go do it after you like the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Word. And after you go fuck yourself, go like Kenny's podcast and the Pro Wrestling podcast and everybody else that watches us that has their own podcast, you know, and then go fuck yourself again.
But wash your hands first.
Mm-hmm. Don't
True.
be fucking yourself and then seeing somebody else and fucking them.
Yeah, wash your hands first.
Put them
Word.
That is all right.
I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, show. If she's hot enough, you got to, you know.
Oh, shit. We fucked it up again.
Word.